Happy Halloween. It's that time of year, people. We are live again. Welcome to the Wrestle Purist AEW Dynamite recap, review, whatever you want to call this now. Especially after last week. It was such a chaotic episode. I'm not entirely sure they even reviewed Dynamite in that episode last week, but whatever you call this Thursday show, we talk about Dynamite and AEW, hosted this week by myself, Charlie, and Marcus. And yeah, we're going to be talking about what I thought was actually quite a good Fright Night, Halloween-themed AEW Dynamite, although the first hour did have a few issues structurally and pacing-wise and things like that. But yeah, we're going to get into it. I thought it was a good episode. But first things first, please like, subscribe, send any super chats with any questions, any of your takes, any of the topics you want us to talk about, anything like that, we'll get into it. Turn on the post notifications. Happy Halloween, like I already said. I almost wore a suit out of respect for the Hurt Business, but it didn't come together, you know. Hope everyone's doing good. Starting with my fellow co-host, Charlie. How you doing?
I am doing great. Happy Halloween, everyone. I haven't been on the review for like 2 weeks now because the week before last we didn't do an episode because of hurricane stuff. We didn't really have anyone that could come on with us. So this is the first time I've been on the Wrestle Purist channel in like 2 weeks, and a lot has happened. It was my birthday last weekend or the weekend before. I don't know. Times are weird. Been to a lot of shows.
You know,
done a lot of guest spots on the Late Night Grin, and I'm ready to review Dynamite because last night was very fun. They had pumpkins, which I was very excited about. They actually put some effort into a Halloween set, which I had been bitching about on the pre-show that I did with Novi yesterday. We were just like, there's no Halloween set, what the fuck? And then there was one, so whoops.
Orange ropes as well, Charlie.
They had orange ropes.
Yeah, orange ropes, man, you know. It was effort.
They put a bit of effort in. There was effort there. But yeah, very excited to be back and excited to be reviewing a pretty good episode of Dynamite.
It was, man, and like you said, first episode on the channel for a couple of weeks, but whenever you're not around, you're always keeping busy, you know. Sometimes you might not even be in the country, you know. You never know. You're keeping busy.
I haven't left the country recently.
You know what I mean? You're doing your thing, you know. But all right, okay, Marcus, happy Halloween to you, brother. I'd like you to turn your camera on when you're ready. How are you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing wonderful. Again, a very good Dynamite last night. Whole lot of things happened. And happy Halloween. And by the way, Charlie, you gonna reference the other reason why you wasn't on the review last week? So you're just not gonna reference it, huh?
What? Why else wasn't I on the review last week?
Because you was in the basement. That's why.
Yes, the basement. Very real, very true. Was in there.
There was various reports that Charlie was hogtied.
Indeed.
Very worrying reports, to be honest. But
you too. You was hogtied too.
Hey man, I wasn't. I just it was a planted story for me. You know, I just wanted I wanted the day off, and you know, I knew we had the big guns in, we had the big stars in. You know, you drew a good house, drew a very good house actually.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Drew a very, very strong house. I sold a lot of merch. You know, there was sing songs. There was all kinds of things. You know,
that's what we do around here. But anyway, in the spirit of October 31st, also known as Halloween, unlike Monty over here, I actually decided to dress up, and I even told the people a good hint that the inspiration for my costume was from a music video back in the year 2002. And I'll give you another hint. This man was the lead singer of a very famous R&B group in the 1980s from Boston. Songs like Can You Stand the Rain, Candy Girl, things of that nature. And also, in his family, he wasn't even the best singer in it. And at one point, especially by this time, he was America's favorite crackhead. So without further ado, please welcome, today I am not Good John Marcus. Today I am The Last Temptation. Wow. Let's go. And no, I got no white on the table for y'all. I'm sorry. I can't do that for you because we not.
A couple people actually guessed it, Marcus.
Yeah, people got it in the chat.
Let's go. Hey, I even got another one for y'all. If y'all one of y'all drops a $50 super chat, I will do the dance from that music video. Helicopter, unfortunately not included, but I will do the entire dance. I might tear my hamstrings doing so, but I'll do it for the people. Fit the bones.
That's
right
what
there.
we do here, bro. It's like everything's for the people. There was a few songs last week, like I already mentioned. You know, I considered putting on a suit, bro. A whole suit. I was gonna put a shirt on, everything, bro. You know, I considered it. That's just. And Marcus, he goes the whole way, bro. You know, no cutting corners, none of this nonsense.
I got the jersey on. I got
straight.
the hat. I got baggy ass jeans. I got Jordans on. I got it all. All I don't have is a cocaine and a helicopter.
Just bringing straight up, just black excellence. You know, that is
exactly.
That is it.
Off the heels of a Dynamite
that's
that
going
was
to be a
carried by
theme.
black people.
There we go. That's the theme. That's the theme of the show. Fright Night. You know. But yo, AEW Dynamite. It was good shit. I thought it was good shit last night overall. Like I said, the first hour was kind of you know.
You know.
Yeah, so it's just kind of I would have moved a few things around, you know, but I might tweaked a couple things, you know, but I thought it was good nonetheless, you know. But like I said, we're gonna get into it. We got Bobby Brown, we got Chuck, we got me. All right, let's start. We've got a couple super chats, so let's just get started with them straight away. I've got a small handful, but if you send them in throughout the show, of course we'll get to them. Kat Conley, $20. Appreciate you very much so. The fact that Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly are stuck in the learning tree bullshit and not with Orange Cassidy in the BCC versus AEW storyline is criminal. Hashtag fuck this company. Very strong words from Kat. Charlie, what do you think?
I agree with the sentiment because why is the storyline not over now that Mark's lost the belt? Like, why are they pushing this to continue? It doesn't really make sense to me, and I think that Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly should be involved in the BCC stuff, but especially when they've got Ishii as well. Like, they haven't got to be tangentially involved with what OC's doing, but they can at least be going after the BCC because they haven't trios. They can be involved in this trio stuff right now. It's very odd, very very weird.
Yeah, you know how Jericho storylines go. They always book in reverse. He loses for the first 2 matches, wins the third for some reason. They do a tag at some point, and then he drops the belt again, feud over, sunrise, sunset, on to the next person to leech off of.
Yep. And he gets a lot of the time he gets those big matches nicely placed at the 9 p.m. hour, you know. So you get that extra boost, and Jericho can claim it, you know, and he's like he just keeps on rolling, bro. It's nasty. It's nasty.
It's either that or he's not promoted for the show, when the graphics drop, and then by the time the show's on 5 minutes into it, you see we're here from Chris Jericho graphic on the left corner somewhere.
You can't escape him. Like, it's almost like comedic at this point, you know. It's
nuts.
You just can't escape him, bro. You can't escape him if you get sucked into that vortex and he's one of your favorite wrestlers. It's like it is now. Mark Briscoe, you know what I mean? I'll take a bullet for that man. And he's out here in the trenches, in the mud.
Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly, I am suffering greatly.
Well, Kyle O'Reilly will make you suffer in a different way, sadly.
I got a bone to pick with Kyle O'Reilly, man. I don't trust him. I don't trust him anymore, Charlie. Bro, last week, let me just say something. All right, last week, I think it's this tackle one able to get off because I weren't on the show. But last week, when Chuck Taylor came outside, to talk to the group of people and Orange Cassidy and pulled him aside and was like, "Yo, I don't think these guys can do it, but I think if you know what I mean, if you've got basically locking." The first thing Chuck says when he approaches a group is, Briscoe's match is about to start, and you see Kyle sprint towards the arena, bro. Then you have all this fucking commotion and bullshit and learning tree, interferences in the match. And there was no Kyle, bro. He was nowhere to be seen. Where was he? Where did he go?
I don't know.
These are questions I need answers.
It's very weird. Apparently, he's just got to do NXT stuff. It's
nasty. It's nasty.
Kill the Undisputed Kingdom. Anyways.
Listen, he's watching these segments of Adam Cole and Roddy and all that business. You know, he's very intently watching now. I don't know what's going on with Kyle O'Reilly at the moment. You know, I don't know. Maybe things aren't what they seem. You know,
So,
we'll see. I think obviously with this Moxie story and everything going on, and it's like this, you know, this big picture thing that they're doing, there's going to be quite a lot of like heel and babyface switches and all these different things going on. So I do kind of have an eye on what's going to happen with him, and I'm sure a lot of people are, even if it is just linking back up with Adam Cole or whatever, you know. But it's like, how do you get there? Because it's conglomeration, you know.
It's conglomeration, and he should stay conglomeration.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens, you know. But yeah, the hashtag fuck this company, a bit strong, but you know, like I said, it's Mark Briscoe.
I understand it. I have said it for less, to be honest.
way less than that, trust me.
Yeah.
And Jen, $5, appreciate you as always. Continuing from yesterday, the least Osama bin Dragon could have done was put over Hangman at Wrestle Dream. Also, white bald men ruining my.
Ruining or running?
It don't actually make sense, that sentence. And also, white bald men running the dub.
Oh, the dub.
I think he's saying ruining my dub. I don't know.
He was crashing out so bad he couldn't even type it right.
And Engine's usually pretty accurate, you know.
For context, this is because of on the pre-show I did with Novi yesterday. We were talking about Hangman and his booking, and essentially just bitching about the fact that his character is not being utilized the way that it should be in AEW, and there's been difficulties with that because of there's another top heel at the moment, and it is what it is, sort of thing. And we were kind of crashing out a little bit, and I was crashing out about him being in the Owen again. So very fun preview, to be honest. But
what is going on with everyone? You know,
listen, when people bring up Hangman, I just have a lot to say.
It's like Charlie's crashing out on Dynamite pre-shows. Ibu's lost his mind like 3 times in the past week. You know,
yes, it's been really.
I mean, all justifiable. I will say though.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know, man. Yes,
I mean,
he gets a bit emotional sometimes. It's, you know what I mean. He's tearing up after the pods. It's worrying.
People were talking about DPW. I tear up too.
Come on, man.
No disrespect to my DPW enjoyers out there, but if I hear about Dominic Garrini one more time, I'm gonna cry here too.
Come on, man.
And I might actually turn into Bobby Brown with real life. He did cocaine. He cooked fried chicken with cocaine. I might do that too.
My goodness.
All right, bro. Anyway,
good show.
Next super chat. The house has spoken for 99. Appreciate you as always. What should be the full gear defense for Private Party? Archer and Cage or LFI? I'd go with LFI out of those two.
I'll take LFI. I actually think they should build Archer and Cage up to actually beat them forward and then win it back.
I agree with that, yeah.
Because they should have a good amount of title defenses, and then all of a sudden, boom, run into a giant brick wall in Cage and Archer, and then climb back to the top and eventually beat them for the tag titles again, something like that.
Yeah, man, there's loads of possibilities, isn't there? Go ahead, Charlie.
This might be an unpopular opinion because of I know how people feel about this tag team. But if you really want to establish Private Party as like the top dogs of the division right now, they should be FTR on Full Gear.
Yeah, no,
that's not about that, right?
Huh?
Two black men sitting the Carolina, you know what's out the pasture?
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
That's the smartest thing you ever said, Chuck. I'm with you on that one.
Thank you.
You said some good things.
I try.
Yeah.
I've said
like
some interesting.
I mean, it does exactly what it does. It does exactly what you said as well, Charlie. Like, it definitely would help achieve solidifying them as like top of the division tag team. They're there to stay. They're there to stay around the title picture for the tag title. So I'd 100% be all for that. And obviously, it would probably be a very good match as well. So, but out of those two in the super chat, I'd probably go with LFI.
Yes, I agree.
For Full Gear, anyway. But the good thing about Private Party winning the belts is that like it kind of opens up the opportunity for like a more active division.
Yeah.
You know, like they could defend those titles every week if you wanted them to. Obviously, I'm not saying do that, But they should be very active, and it's a chance to, with an active division and going through different contenders and stuff like that, you can build up different contenders, you can build up feuds between different contenders, blah 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 blah, and really start to, chisel out a division out of your roster. LFI, obviously now you've got like the Roosh and Beast Mortos duo, like you could do something with that, or even any of the other duos in the LFI. Then obviously Archer and Cage, you guys have just mentioned building them up to potentially win the tag belts down the line, get them going. So I hope they do lock in on the AEW tag division, because like the Bucks definitely had great highlights as champions, but they went like 100 days without defending the titles at one point. So it's like,
it's like they didn't defend that big period, but when they actually did, for the most part, they were pretty memorable defenses. The only one that actively I hated, and all of us actively hated, was the Acclaimed one, because the Acclaimed,
bro.
But for the most part,
that feud going for like 10 weeks.
I will not relive it ever again. It didn't
we wasted
happen.
my Bucks this entire summer. Breaks my heart.
That's crazy. But anyway, Bucks tag team of the year. I'm locking it in. Cry, cope, see.
Oh, absolutely. The Bucks are tag team of the year. Yes.
Yeah, the Bucks were out there against the Acclaim, looking like family men.
Hey, man.
It
looked a little bit
easy, bro.
That feud didn't happen. That match didn't happen. Everything else is all gravy.
Hey, man. My boys won in Wembley Stadium this year. Tag team of the year. That's what I'm saying.
And they got GYB.
People, those shouts are starting to creep up now. The Young Bucks and the Elite fans are starting to really believe that they're putting a case together for this tag team of the year.
And they're leaving.
Of course, I'm just saying, but you guys it's very tactical. Obviously the past few weeks, the past few Bucks matches, where they've definitely shown out they've had good matches, but I'm seeing this tactical approach to winning the perceptions over towards the end of the year. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Sometimes you gotta play the game. This is elite activity. Fuck Legendo. This is elite activity. This is what we do.
Oh,
yeah. Planting narratives.
Don't ease up. This is what we do.
But yeah, I'm seeing. I'm like, the Bucks had a great match. I come on Twitter, I just see fuck at Fraxium. He's like, whoa.
That was really, really funny. I'm sorry, it was. I actually quite like
AOC, bro. Like, he's.
I like Fraxium,
Thank you.
bro. They ain't the Young Bucks.
They are not.
I like both.
Yeah,
I think the both also. It's a weird one. Like for me, I like both. I can see both cases. To be honest, I think the thing is the Bucks are going home now, aren't they? So it's like this is their case, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like this is their case. Whereas like Fraxium is still
separated
chance,
shoulder.
Yeah, Nick's apparently nursing a hurt shoulder, according to Brian Alvarez. So. We'll see.
It was reported on a couple, or at least there was rumors a couple of weeks ago that Nick's shoulder was hurt. So it doesn't surprise me that they're going out for a couple of weeks. The fact that they had that match last night with his shoulder separated, I think that just adds to their case. To be honest,
pretty remarkable actually, especially the matches they had. If it was separated for like several weeks, some of the matches they had.
If we're talking like Grand Slam, then because I'm pretty sure he was taped up at Grand Slam.
He was.
Yeah, the last couple Bucks matches, I thought like Nick has looked like really good as well.
Yeah,
so it's like noticeably. So, yeah, the tag team of the year kind of debate has been kind of like a weird one all year, and I think like Fraxium have managed to kind of always stay on like the fringe of the conversation because they've been very consistent, and like their highs have been very great as well. The Bucks case is obviously interesting because like their highs are really great, higher than the Fraxium highs because obviously like the retired Sting, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like they've done the one in Wembley, blah 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 blah.
The ladder match at Dynasty.
But then there's also like the whole like, there's like I said earlier, they literally had the tag titles and didn't defend them for 100 days. That's a con, man. Like I don't care what anyone tells me. They've wrestled a lot of like
Kids, but
trios and like
quite cool.
fucking 8-mans and stuff like that as well, which is probably, it depends if you count that towards the tag team of the year case. A lot of people do, some people don't. So it's like
I do.
it's been quite open this year, and it would be very funny if the Young Bucks did just come in and swoop it at the end.
It'd be very funny. And like arguably their weakest years since they've been in AEW as a tag team is still better than most people's.
Would you say their highs of this year? I would say their highs of this year are higher than their highs of 2023. To be honest, like 2023
all
was
time shit they did.
They've had all-timer matches this year. Like 2023, it was a bit more hit and miss. Like they did some really great trio stuff with like Kenny, especially at the beginning of 2023. But yeah.
What the fuck did they do in 2023? Did the BCC stuff, wasn't
They
it?
did the BCC feud. They lost the trios belts to House of Black. They held the Ring of Honor 6-man belts for like 3 weeks with Hangman.
Yeah. That's the story.
This is way better. This is way better than 2023 for the book.
Yeah,
way better.
I thought it was weird. It's still I can't. I know that Golden Jets match. I know so that match existed.
I was there. That makes me very sad.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. That full gear card was kind of crazy. It was very crazy.
It was nasty, bro. He's just. You're talking about this Bucks Wrestle Fury Wrestling Observer Tag Team of the Year campaign. Oh, he's talking about put Trump 2016 to shame.
Correct,
man.
We come up for that award. We get that award named after him. We name that thing the Young Bucks Team of the Year award. That's what we gonna do. And we get them in the Observer Hall of Fame.
Should have it already.
Oh man. Izura Hart $5. Our one struggled in large part because Cole versus Bud Matt stunk up the joint. That whole storyline stands out against the rest of the show. Maybe Britt ... Never mind. Come on, man. How many times am I going to say that today? If people just chill out, you know.
Look, man. I'll get my thoughts on that whole fiasco, but that shit stunk. Like, it fucking stunk.
Ah, man. We'll get to it. I got hashtag thoughts. Kale says NXT sucks. 20 pesos. So, special Adam Cole Simpsons appearance when?
His time was so bad.
If the Simpsons predict everything, right? If the Simpsons predict Adam Cole become a good wrestler in 2024, then they cooking. I don't think they will though.
Bro, it was so. His time was like borderline green as well, like under the lights. It was really bad. Adam Cole, bro, fix up.
It was tragic.
You've been doing this for how many years now?
Lock in. And that's a sort of $2. Hearing time calls for MVP added something. Not gonna lie.
I did not hear the time calls. I just saw the tweets on my timeline. I was just like, I'm very confused what you guys are talking about.
They were very loud, like 90 seconds. 30 seconds. You can see MVP actually told Bobby, like, yo, go over here, pose real quick. Grab a mic.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that.
Yeah. MVP was wrecking traffic.
Love about this business, you know.
It did add to the chaos. I did like it though.
Well, yeah, man, we got like I'm talking, like I said at the start of the show, we got black excellence going on, you know. Fogger's home.
Yes, sir.
Fogger's home. Bobby Lashley is in AEW. You know, we got Bobby Brown. We got
no coke, but we good.
What else we got, bro? Big Bob Lash, the big man, bro. You know, Shelton Benjamin looking like $1 million these days. He's locking back in. Swerve Strickland, every time he's on TV, his traps get bigger. It's crazy. It's crazy right now, Marcus. I'm telling you. I'm
looking at another man traps. That's what's up.
New tag champs. That's what.
Hey man, we got new tag champs. Yo, fired up. We'll start with Lashley, man. Fuck it.
Bro, there is so much that happened on this show. There was another return that I have refrained from mentioning yet, but I'm very excited to talk about, bro. I'm so ready.
What the fuck is he doing here?
He took the music here, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Anyways, we'll get to it. Bob Lash.
Bob fucking Lash. And all I'm gonna say
What,
is
man?
this is what a real combat sports athlete fucking looks like. You see that suit? See the suit?
Super.
That nigga was shining that suit, bro. That
Shining.
big maroon suit. He was shining that bitch. He was a big timer in that thing. No Birdman, no Manny Fresh. He was big timing in it.
Oh man, the
MVP put the
shades.
call in for him. Got the lights turned off and everything. Hurt lock on a nigga, man. He put Swerve lights out.
Yo, he's so real, bro. You know, you just see him and you know the fucking big man. Like, he's a beast. I love
He
Bob
looks
Lash, man.
huge in that ring.
Yo,
It's so
I feel
funny.
like the way they executed that debut, that may be one of the greatest AEW debuts of all time, the way they did it. Like, MVP just puts the fucking call in. He's like, hey, bro,
Mhm.
pull up right now. Then all of a sudden, the lights flicker on, flicker off. And then all of a sudden, you hear they go back off. And all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Just fucking Bobby on the stage.
Mhm.
Big Bob, man. The big man. I love it.
Oh, and the crowd reacted properly. They reacted right. Sometimes the AEW crowds with debuts ain't great, but they understood the weight of this moment, which made me very happy.
That was a great crowd last night. Shout out Cleveland.
It was a good crowd, man. It was a good crowd. But yeah, Bobby Lashley is all elite. He came out after the Shelton Benjamin versus Swerve Strickland match, which was a good bit of business, you know. Old school versus new school, you know, clash of generations going on, you know. I love to see Shelton Benjamin's he's hanging in there, bro. You know, he's still putting up points, bro. You know, I've got time
Give you
for
a good
Shelton
17
Benjamin in
and a half a night.
2024, bro.
So happy.
You know, I love Shelton so much. I loved it ever since I was like 6 years old, watching them on Raw go up against Shawn Michaels and stuff. Like watching him and watching Swerve, it's like Swerve is Shelton. If Shelton wrestled in an era where he was able to actually get opportunities to show that he can hang at this level, and he was able to really elevate more, but he put in so much work through his career, and to get a moment like this with Swerve and have put on a really good match at his age, he's 3 for 3 so far in AEW. Like he's more than swim. He's doing backstrokes in that ring, bro. He looks great. And that step up knee strike he does is fucking killer. And that super kick.
He's 50.
Wow.
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. He's fucking 50. Oh. He's out there jacked, shiny, you know. It's explosive.
Athletic as all hell still.
Bro,
yes.
I need him to start beating undercard guys with that super kick. Because, like, people like Commander should not be kicking out of that super kick. I'm sorry. When he starts facing some of the more undercard guys, they should not be kicking out of that. It's so fucking beast.
It's amazing. Because, like, he literally puts the super in super kick. Because he takes people's heads off with that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Another good showing for Shelton Benjamin. Swerve Strickland getting the win. But, you know, as I said, MVP put in the fucking call, man. Put in the call. The light, you could tell they're running out of time because the lights went off, but they went off for literally like half a second. Like, but MVP put in the call, the lights go off, and Bobby Lashley comes out. Great reaction. Bobby Lashley he just looked like money, bro. It popped me huge. The big man is back. He's back on our TV screens. He had a face off with Swerve Strickland. Of course, he got like holy shit chants and everything. And Swerve's facials as well, selling the Bobby Lashley appearance. Like, he just looked disgusted, you know? He just looked like, what is going on here, you know?
It's like, what the fuck?
I'm really looking forward to it, man. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's just great to see, bro. Like, obviously, over the past couple of months, like, the representation and the pushing and not pushing and who's on the cards and not on the cards when it comes to Black Talent has been a conversation recently. And it's just cool to see, like, this in the main event, but like completely on its own merit. It's not just like hitting a quota or like doing it for the sake of it. It's like, bro, it's Bobby fucking Lashley as well as Strickland. Like, this is big time shit, you know? And it should be spotlighted as such, and it has been. So I'm fired up, man. I am fired up. Like, obviously it's kind of weird timing with like the whole BCC angle, you know? We're trying to like balance like what is going to be big time and stuff, and how is it going to live in the universe of AEW when it's just chaotic at the moment, you know? But I'm still fired up, man, and just the Hurt Syndicate, Hurt Business, MVP at the end being like, guess who's back in business?
Bro, that was
I didn't rip my shirt off, bro. It's crazy.
That fucking
what a way to go off there.
That was crazy out there. I'm so hyped. I'm so ready. Like, All these niggas on my screen, they screaming money. They look like money. They feel like money. They wake up in the morning and shit money. Just look at them. Stars.
Absolutely.
Fucking stars. That's what we need in wrestling. This is what we need in this business. Star power, bro.
Back in business, bro. We're back in business. We're adding to the team as well. You know, MVP's handing out cards. I think we might secure the signature of Leo Rush. Look, keep it going, bro. Let's get fucking Hobbs involved. You know, let's do it because
I think Mercedes should just ditch Camille completely and just link up with the Hurt Syndicate.
Free gas, actually. I'd do it. Fuck it.
Do all of it. You know, let's Shelton. MVP is the manager. Shelton can do anything. That's the beauty of Shelton Benjamin, you know. If he needs to be a tag guy, he can be a tag guy. If he needs to work a main event like he did last night, he can do that, you know. If you need him to be kind of you know, the bumper, he can do that. He can do anything you need him to do in a group, you know. So you got Shelton, you got MVP, you got Bob Lash, the big man, and obviously the three people I just named, they are on the older side, you know. But for the we're here for a good time, not a long time. You know, when it comes to these big pushes and then being spotlighted fully as a main event act and stuff before, you know, whilst they've still got the years able to do it. Obviously, it would be great if they can kind of give the rub to like some younger talent like a Leo Rush. I think Hobbs would be great because he's like a potential top main event player or something like that. You know, though a lot of people see that in him. Mercedes as well. Like you could make it into like a super group, bro. Like we could do this, you know. I think there is
a
the
super group of black
people
would be
there.
Crazy in wrestling. I'll take it all day.
All day. A legit super group as well. It's not just like, we're gonna treat it as a super group because the black and we want to like uplift like
they're all stars.
whatever. It's not that. It's like, bro, we're talking Bob Lash, Mercedes. You know, like straight
like
away,
elite level talents.
Like money, bro.
And listen, I love Mercedes. But her under MVP's guidance will be like the best thing that she could do in AEW right now.
Beautiful.
She feel a lot more like AEW act that way too. And hey, even if you want to go sign a young talent out there, hey, if you like people from the UK, you can go and get a beans and toast nigga like Leon Slater. I love him so much. He's cool. He good people. Or go and get Kevin Knight or somebody like that. Who knows? They fit the bill.
They would both be very good additions.
Oh,
Kevin Knight's having a crazy run in the Super Junior Tag League right now. Like him and Kushida. It's unreal.
He's doing shit I've never seen before. He looks awesome.
I know. It's insane how innovative he is in a world where like you think like innovation in wrestling's kind of run out because of like it doesn't feel like there's anything new to be seen. And then you see someone like Kevin Knight doing the shit that he does. And even Leon Slater to that degree and Leo Rush, like all of these guys, very innovative, very good talents, and should get more credit for what they do. That is my
and they're young and they fit the bill. You can get the rest of those guys. Like, but they was only 29. Can you believe that?
I know, it's crazy.
Oh man, good times. People talking about Athena in the chat, brother. This super group is we're talking NWO here. You know, like
we'll talk all day about this.
There's always room.
We're changing the business.
Now, could you imagine Athena MVP just as their own thing, like separate from them? Like that would do crazy numbers.
Beast, man. I couldn't help but feel like you look at them in the ring, bro, and it's like, how did WWE not like? How did they not execute? How did they not execute with the? Okay, like the Hurt Business was one thing. Okay, like the idea of bringing the Hurt Business back after it was already like split up and that, you know, like I can kind of see kind of like why you'd have some pushback with that, you know, because it's something you've already done before. And like, you know, with Shelton's age, it's like WWE obviously are going to look at the upside of Shelton compared to other talent that they could be pushing. Cedric as well, he just was in a weird space at that time. So it's like obviously we did the thing with the Pride, you know, with the Street Profits, and I was just like, bro, how do you fuck that up? Like Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, like what? How do you fuck that up, bro?
You got multiple shots at it too, and you did well for the first couple of years, and then you split them up. You bring them back again, and then Triple H gets the book, and it's like, yeah, never mind. Like, this is their first time as a group in front of a full capacity crowd, and it's not in your company.
Mm-hmm. Fucking
See,
wild.
really, the pride thing, what could have been, is like just what the fuck, man. Like they tried getting him over as heels, it wasn't working because people just fucking like him because it's the Street Profits and Bobby fucking Lashley, you know. So flick
Yeah.
and face, and then you just didn't really have anything for them. They were feuding Karrion Cross for like 5 months, man. It was
Oh Jesus Christ.
that's like a that could have been like the big main event act for like Bobby's last few years in the WWE, you know.
Mhm.
People were talking about like Bloodline, like you could have done a feud with Bloodline and shit like that. Like you could have done so many different things with it, but they completely fumbled it, bro. Completely fumbled it. And I'm not listening to anybody who says otherwise when it comes to that group. Bobby Lashley definitely had some interesting pitches, you know.
Yeah.
Hey man. Hey man. Somebody gonna say nigga by the end of the year. Somebody is. The MVP I am putting in as the betting favorite.
Oh. Oh man, Bob Lashley with his hashtag pitches. But like I said,
We was getting real
regardless
nice
of his
and tied up in
pitches,
that bitch.
regardless of his pitches, they're still fumbled, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
doing his thing.
So yeah, the Hurt Syndicate back in business. Looking forward to seeing who else to recruit and how this Swerve Strickland storyline kind of develops. You think Swerve's going to get any help?
If he knows what's good for him, he probably should. I don't know who you put in his
Yeah.
spot though.
He should. Definitely he should.
I could see him bringing in some people. Well, people that are probably already signed, but like,
Yeah, man, you can't be taking
You'll be
on
getting
Bob
BJ
Lashley,
and you'll like it.
you know.
yeah,
Which great
You
reference. I
can't-
do like BJ and Duka, and Lee Johnson's a good wrestler. But it'd be very funny. All of a sudden, Swerve's getting his ass beat, and then all of a sudden you hear unstoppable, undeniable. Nah, shout out EJ though. He good people, bro. I like him a lot. He's got a future in the business.
I mean, like EJ, people are actually saying EJ in the chat, and it's like, okay, like, who else? Like, it's like,
See, the thing because
come
he's
on,
just been
man.
around Swerve a lot. He's been in vignettes with him. He was in the weigh-in during the
Yeah.
Ospreay feud. Like, I get it. It's an easy pitch.
Yeah, he can
He's a
be
guy with
part of
size,
it,
good
but
look.
like, who are the real players that are going to help him? You know, because like we're talking about supergroup here, people. You know, you can't be showing up to Bob Lash with a weakened squad. You know, like you need your
You
top
can turn him
team
into a
on the
top
court,
player. You
bro.
don't know.
Like,
Yeah,
we
man,
need
he can
people
pull
who
up on
can
the
get
court, put about
buckets, bro.
17. We need a big man who can put about 17, who can rebound, maybe stretch out and shoot a three every so often. Me a slasher. Definitely need a guy in the corner that can shoot threes. And also definitely need a 30 work guy that can get some rebounds. Sure. Who on the roster could do that and actually fits with Swerve aesthetically?
I think they should just run the AR Fox thing back. I will happily ignore everything that happened around
I'll
that
take
because
that.
it was weird.
Of course,
Just run back the AR.
You can
people
retcon
didn't
that.
care about what happened. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And even then, you can very quickly retcon that. Like, you can basically go to Swerve and be like, yeah, my fault, bro. I was wilding. I'm a different person now,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And you can do that very easily. And AR Fox is great. I like for him to do
Right,
something.
the chat.
in
Sorry,
AEW.
Marcus. The
Free
chat
him.
needs to fix up, bro. Right.
That
Seeing
last
names like
pitch
Scorpio
was-
Sky, Michael Oku. Like, can we like be real? You know? Can we like get it together, please?
Nigga said
Take a
my
breather.
Goku. I love my Goku, but no.
Like, come on, man. Let's be real.
Imagine him standing next to Bob Lash and shouting. Like, come on, man.
It would look tiny.
And bro, go fuck yourself with Scorpio Sky, bro. That nigga's 75 years old. We don't need him on TV in 2024. But yes, I know these guys are older too, but Scorpio Sky's also not good and he's not charismatic like these guys are. I don't need that. Leave him in
You know what's
2019.
crazy?
Okay.
Not one person said Keith Lee. Not one. Not one person said Keith Lee.
See, if Keith Lee could walk, yes, but yeah.
Yeah, I hope he's doing good, man. I actually do hope he comes back and can kind of have like a like wrap things up in his own way if his health issues are like that serious, where he does have to like consider retirement and stuff. Yeah, you always want to see wrestlers be able to wrap things up their own way, but it is crazy that not one person in the chat was talking Keith Lee, you know.
Because they know it's clipped.
People
Yeah.
forget he's important.
Someone said Gresham.
Nigga, what?
Bro, come on.
Gresham putting wrist slaps on Bob Lash. Come on,
bro.
man.
No, there's one other golden rule. 1, you gotta have personality. 2, no grapple fucking allowed. 3, no grapple fucking allowed. 4, refer to rules 2 and 3.
What if Omos is just being quietly released by WWE?
That would be the science experiment from hell. I don't think I want to put that in the equation. I can't lie.
That would be something.
That would be it. That would be
Listen, we need to go viral, B. You know, we going viral. Someone said get Monty out the kitchen. No, man, I'm just saying. Just throwing suggestions out.
You were burning all the jerk chicken, my boy. What's going on?
Someone said we just naming niggas now. Come on, man.
Basically, yeah, we just naming motherfuckers at this point. What should I do? A Big Cat Ernie Ladd? The fuck?
Someone said bring in Ngannou. Bro, could you, imagine. Imagine. That would be like beef for like a 2-week angle. Like, it's what I was putting in the call and fucking Ngannou comes out. That would be crazy.
Hey, man, whoever's saying Ngannou in the chat, bro, you got my respect for that. I'm locked in. You cooking.
What? People keep throwing out Anthony Ogogo. That's...
No.
You guys haven't seen him wrestle a match recently. He's not good.
I unfortunately got to see him live in the front row at Double or Nothing 2021, and it was not a fun experience. It was
I've seen him live this year, last year, close enough. At some point in the last 12 months, he's not good. Leave it alone. Let him go be a dad. Ballroom. That's what he's doing. It was not at the ballroom. It was at Crystal Palace, actually.
You know, I didn't really want you to name the actual place. I was just throwing shit out. I can't lie.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know.
Okay, so out of the black people in AEW who I don't want in the super group, I think Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty are probably the best suggestions I've seen, to be honest.
I like Shane, but I'm
so it's not even something that I would like jump at, but it's better than fucking Anthony Ogogo. You know, like
far better. At least they can wrestle. I just think Moriarty's kind of boring. Shane Taylor's a lot better than I thought he would be, and he's grown on me a lot. Leave the rest. Remember JD Griffey, y'all?
Bro, that was a crazy era of AEW. That was an era of AEW where I was like convinced I was going mad because they would do shit like that. I would be like fully disgusted, and people would like act like I was overreacting. Like, you know,
that JD Griffin match was crazy. Why did they include him in that? He's had some bootleg tap out gloves on, throwing sorry ass shin kicks. Like, who is this dude? Get him out of here. There's the reason why we haven't seen him since. Fucking JD Griffey.
Oh man, that was a wild era. All right, so Bob Lash, Hurt Syndicate. Is there anything else you guys want to kind of touch on regarding Bob Lash and that kind of thing, or we've I think we've covered our bases. I think.
All right, one question: would y'all have him wrestle once, or would y'all save it to the paper? I personally save it to the paper.
Save it for the paper.
Yeah, so especially with the way that he's been brought in, because like you've done the match with Shelton, haven't you? You know, so Bobby Lashley's came in, big suit, dripped out. You know, so it's big business, bro. We're wrestling on TV. Like, come on.
Exactly.
Joey B will probably have a couple more matches, but save Bob for the paper.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
I will say,
come on,
say Shelton.
Well,
I'm just saying, bro. We put a Yanu out there, even though he's probably not.
Listen, if Obafemi was available, you know, there'd be a Nigerian flag in the background of his podcast.
Bro, there would be a Nigerian flag and posters on your wall, like you were damn standing something, bro. If he was available.
Ever since I've moved my desk here and had this blank white wall to work with, I've been meaning to like do something with it. Maybe not a Nigerian flag, maybe, you know, but like
They're Nigerian.
there's still nothing there, as you can clearly see, you know.
Well, I will say on some real shit, like them delaying this debut and having Shelton wrestle and pick up wins and him look so impressive was probably the best thing they could have done for this
It
angle.
was a really good move.
Because it made him look like a real threat. It made the match with Swerve feel important and big time. And then the Bobby factor, that you throw that in the pot, it's like, oh shit, we got real money drawing shit on TV right now. This is fantastic. Win-win all around for everyone.
Good shit, man. I'm a fan. Quick super chat. R3777 499. Need Shelton in the C2. Bad. Yeah, he could definitely hold down a spot in the C2. He's from what we've seen so far, bro. I think he absolutely could.
Bro, Shelton versus Hangman Page win.
Oh, bro, that was so fucking sick.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't be against it all. Yeah, man. So many options for the C2, though. Like, so many.
Oh my god, Shelton Benjamin versus Bandido would be so fucking sick.
Big show.
Need that.
That'd be so good.
Imagine him trying to carry 21 plex and just throwing Bandido.
Oh my god, he's so pissed.
Alright, what do I want to get to next? We'll go. Alright. Delete a turning babyface, aren't they?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Probably.
Never. So obviously we have to talk about more Black Excellence, of course. Private Party, our new AEW World Tag Team Champions. You know, they put the brotherhood on the line, Marcus. You know, they put it all on the line. If they lost this match, they would have had to split up forever. There would have been no more Private Party, no more nothing. You know, would have been over. The dream would have been over. And honestly, a lot of people were. It's not even that I thought that they might have lost this match, but I thought they were going to do like a DQ and be like, "Oh well, full gear," you know. And I thought that was probably like a very likely direction for this match.
Especially with the chaos beforehand. I thought the brawling was just going to come back.
Oh, it was. I kind of love how they did it though, man. Like the way.
No, so do I. But I was just like,
you had all the brawling, all the commotions going on. The BCC, they fuck off. They get out of there. The Private Party are left in the ring. You know, it's not like anyone's waiting for it to happen, you know. And it's like, boom, the Bucks music hit, and it's like, oh shit, it's happening. Very Attitude Era-esque, to be fair. The way everything, all of that went down. But yeah, man, like the drama in the match itself, like with Mark being like pile driver by Okada on the top of the ramp.
That's hilarious.
Right by the gravestones. It is so funny.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy, but that's Okada's role on the show. To like just go.
Kind of is. I'm sorry, but it pops me so much. It is.
It's very funny.
Because, bro, like, there's so many top level talents in the world title scene. Like, they had to do something different with Okada, and it's entertaining me, so I don't hate it.
And the C2's coming up like that, so like lock in.
The C2 is coming up. He's going to have a lot of matches on TV soon. It's going to be very good.
There was drama there. There was drama with the ring bell. Again, when tried to hit one of the Bucks with the ring bell, they ducked under it. He hits Cassidy. Cassidy's all over the place. Before one of the hot tags, he's like contemplating what should I do, blah blah blah.
Yeah. The crowd came up for that. It was that was such a good match. The way the crowd were winning him on.
It was just like a really good match, and obviously, like with the drama elements, like we said, like the stipulation going into it, the way they played into that, teased the will they, won't they stuff with it, and just overall, just doing like a good closing stretch and stuff. It was really one of them. It was just great, bro. And obviously, they get the win. You know, they get the win after all this drama that's gone on and stuff. And it's like it's this great moment. I thought it was one of the best moments that AEW Dynamite put on this year, to be honest. The way it all came together, with it all accumulating, with them winning the titles, Bucks giving them the belts and walking off, and obviously the drama that I kind of started the segment with. I think they're going to turn baby first, but obviously we'll start with the match first. Great match. Finally, Private Party got that tag title reign. You know, finally they've been people have been calling for it for like years.
literal
Actual
years.
years, you
Like
know, I'm not
literal years now, but
exaggerating.
like so many things got in the way, whether it be injuries, stop, start stuff, blah blah blah, and then finally they get the moment on a show like this. I'm very happy for those guys.
Yeah, what did you think of the match, Marcus? It was very good, wasn't it?
The match was sensational. First of all, the segment beforehand with all the brawling and all the chaos, it was excellent television. Darby coming off from the Raptors like he's 97 Crow, getting stuck on the damn table and everything. Everyone brawling, everyone clearing out, private parties in the ring, and then boom, the Young Bucks come in like fucking vultures looking to pick out the carcasses.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, private party, you're all alone now. It's put up or shut up time.
Mhm.
Y'all, it's time for y'all to win these belts or split up. And then to go out there, we get a blade job from Zay. Hell of a damn bell shot from damn Quinn, by the way. Quinn getting murdered by Okada on the outside. And them just hog tying the fuck out of Zay with every finisher known to man. They try the EVP trigger. He does the feigning spot. I was like, oh my God, is he really gonna kick out? And then they hit a gin and juice on him, kicks out, boom, crowd's alive. Finally hit an EVP trigger, kicks out again, boom, crowd's going ape shit. And then they do the dickest move of all. They fuck with Kenny Omega. They hit the feed trigger on the ropes. He hit a fucking one-winged angel.
Matthew Jackson hit that one-winged angel. My life flashed before my eyes.
Oh no, it's about to be done. They finna split. 1, 2. Quinn comes back from the dead, bro.
He just arrived out of nowhere.
Back from the fucking dead. Knocks him out in the corner. They try to go for the TK driver again. They roll it out. They get him out of the ring. Gin and juice. 1, 2, 3. They the fucking champs, bro. When that last hand hit the damn mat, I jumped out of my couch. I jumped out. I was like, oh my God, they really fucking did it. I can't hold y'all. I fucking cry when that shit happened because
that's real.
Not only Private Party been a favorite of mine for years, and favorite of all of ours for years, they're a young black team in wrestling, bro. Like, you rarely see this very often in this business. Not only did they finally get their moment, they got it on a Dynamite that had a hot crowd that really, really wanted to see them win. And the Young Bucks put in the shift of their fucking lives this year to make sure that people really want to see that title change happen. Because for all the things you love about the Young Bucks, from the moves to the synchronization to the innovative offense, their biggest superpower above all that, especially since coming to AEW, is getting people to really, really want to see them lose and really want to see this title change happen. I saw it live against SCU when they had the same stipulation. The Lucha Bros cage match, that crowd exploded when they finally won those belts and ended that tag title reign. And pretty much every title defense they had during that time. And last night, especially. Because that was the thing about Private Party. You can eliminate all they're only over because of Twitter. I'm not sure crowds live really like them like that. No. That crowd was there to see them win. They bit on every near fall. And when they finally got the win, they fucking exploded. So you can't tell me that they're not over. You can't tell me that people don't care about them because they fucking did last night when they got their moment. And I was so happy for Zay and Quinn. They put in so much. They went through so much with injuries to Quinn several times throughout the years. Yeah. Be put in fucking factions, getting swapped around, getting the shit kicked out of them early on in this feud by the BCC. And then to see them finally get that moment, bro, dog, it was amazing. It was fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
It was all very Charlie pilled, I thought.
It was incredibly me-pilled. Like, this was booked to perfection. Like, from the fact that I'm so happy for Private Party. Like, it can't be understated. Like, I don't like saying people deserve wins, really, because that's not how wrestling works. But if there was ever a tag team to deserve this moment, it was them, because of the hardships they've been through and, like, what they've came back from. And I don't give a fuck what anyone on Twitter says. Like, they took away the iconic theme song. They took away, like, Isaiah stopped doing, like, his little quirky promo bits that got over with the crowd. And they were still over as fuck last night. And the crowd wanted to see them win. And they exploded when they did. But the fact, like, this match was just perfect. Like, I genuinely don't think there was a lot they could have done better. Because it was a quintessential Bucks match. And they just gave Private Party so much, like letting Isaiah kick out of so many of the moves that they did as well, like Isaiah and Quen, like letting them get as many kickouts as they did, and using this match as the moment to like reference Kenny when they haven't like done that in ring for a very long time now. So I love this. I think it was probably the best TV tag match of the year in. I can't say in any company, that wouldn't be fair. I haven't watched everything everything, but definitely on AEW's front. I mean, it probably is, to be honest, but I think this was better than the ground slap match. That's not a knock on the other talents involved in that, but like the emotion here and feeling like a new beginning for the tag division, it plays into it a lot. But yeah, very, very happy for Private Party. And I'm excited, man. This like makes a division feel so fresh. And I love my boys, and I'm interested to see what they do next. But it's the Private Party era, man. Oh my god, it is Private Party. Like,
oh my god, that's
fucking
tag team champions.
Damn right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So fucking excited. I'm so happy that tag team wrestling matters in AEW.
They got tag team
it's been a
wrestling
rough
last night.
I mean, yeah, it's all
yes,
deal.
they got tag team wrestling chance. Oh man,
Been a while.
I'm so happy.
All right, good shit. Very good shit. We're very happy. Those are like the two main things I wanted to definitely like spend a bit of time talking about, like the Private Party title win, and obviously Big Bob Lash coming in. So kind of just not even quickly, just go through the show and kind of see what we're going to stop at.
Let's talk about the chaos before the tag match, because it feels like the right place to do it, because I need to talk about Darby Allin descending from the rafters.
That shit was hilarious.
That's like top 10 funniest thing I've ever seen.
All right, so we'll fully like we'll build to it, you know, like so the start of the show, we get like the usual like video package, and it's like a BCC video package and shit, and like halfway through it, you just hear Orange Cassidy like cut it off, get it off. Stop the, you know what I mean? Stop the video package. He marches to the ring, you know. Obviously, Chuck Taylor being like hospitalized last week. Orange Cassidy is like he's locked in, like he is locked in. He's sick of this shit. If you've seen the online exclusive, like the kind of little back and forth he had with Daniel Garcia, he's locking in people, and that's what this promo was really, is to be like he ain't fucking around now. And he calls out John Moxley. Whenever, you know, obviously assumably Full Gear, which eventually got made official. And Orange Cassidy calls out John Moxley. Very brave. Some might say he's gone mad, you know. But later on in the show, Mox and Cole, they all come out for a promo and basically said, like, yo, Orange, you ain't got to challenge me. You haven't challenged me. I was challenging you. You know, when I snapped your friend's neck, I was challenging you, you know. So you want me at Full Gear? You want me tonight? You want me anytime you want, like, you got it, anytime you want it. And then obviously it gets made official. We get the graphic, blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly, bro, like the grab fucking Wheeler Yuta. Poor Wheeler Yuta. They just grips him up, compromise him, put him in the middle of the ring and set him off to, like, you know, put his neck around like the steel chair, like they're gonna, like, you know, like they're gonna end him. You know, yo, what the fuck's going on? In the end, it just turned out to be bait to get Orange Cassidy to run out, which he does. Orange Cassidy comes down, they get jumped, then everyone else starts coming down. You know, it's okay. This is when the chaos starts. Like everyone starts coming down. Baby faces, they're getting fight. Like they're getting fight. Everyone's just fighting. Dark Order are out there again, and then we get the finally we get Darby Allin. He ascends from the rafters. He's like, I wasn't 100% sure he wasn't there coming down. Like he was just like hanging there. It was quite scary. Quite a scary visual, you know.
I was like, Darby, you
scared the shit out of me.
But Darby comes down from the rafters and he attacks everyone, and and they clear the ring with Garcia as well. And that's when obviously the Bucks music hits with Private Party and a couple others in the ring, and tag title time, and obviously what we just got into. But Darby's back, coming from the rafters, chaotic. This is a really cool angle, and again, like I said, I loved how it kind of bleeded into the next match, which then led to the big moment of Private Party getting the title win. I thought it was very like Attitude Era rest, to be honest, in obviously all the good ways. The way that like the chaos and the way that these stories link into each other and stuff like that, and just the way it all just unfolded, you know. The drama, you know, like with the teasing of the split and even just like Okada's tombstone at the top of the ramp, making it look like there was no hope, and all the kickouts and blah blah blah. Like it was just, I thought it was a really good bit of business. The way that this, like, you know, 20-minute block or whatever it was played out, you know,
Very cohesive.
It was great.
Yeah, but Charlie Darby from the rafters.
Darby from the rafters, looking like that one meme from SpongeBob. Genuinely makes me laugh every time I see a screenshot of it. Very happy that Darby is back. For Orange Cassidy's promo at the beginning of the show, you touched on that. Thought that was really, really good. And Orange Cassidy,
he smoked that shit.
When he looks in for his serious promos, because he doesn't do it often, they're that much more impactful, I feel. Really good shit. Really, I love faction warfare. And I'm really glad that AEW is embracing it again, because people bitched about it too much online for a while and they stopped embracing it. And AEW is at its best when it's faction warfare. So stop fucking bitching so we can get good TV. Thank you. There was an exclusive backstage as well with Dark Order and Top Flight, and they're kind of like, hey man, we need to just prove that the trios division is here to fight. To fight the BCC, and I actually quite like that as well. Just like, yes, you guys should still be trying to both get the titles, but acknowledging the fact that you're both kind of on the same team. I enjoyed that. So very cool to see the baby faces out there. I would like to see some more top tier baby faces involved in this eventually, but I understand that you got to pick and choose who's involved with the storylines. There are other things still going on in AEW right now. The Don Callis family stuff is an entire different like thing going on. Like Swerve's got his own thing going on, so that takes a few top baby faces out of it. But yeah, man, I really loved this angle. It was very fun.
Yeah, I loved it too. Like the whole chaos of it all, from Orange Cassidy's promo at the beginning, it was like the best parts of like a Nitro, where just chaotic opening, the camera zooming and everything. It reminded me of watching like an episode 97 Nitro with NWO and all that. And then the brawl itself, it was the perfect mix of chaos. It was the best tone that they've set with this whole feud on Dynamite since this angle started. Because it was serious. People cut impassioned promos. Even the exclusive with Dark Order and Top Flight, they're like, bro, they have the trios titles. They matter. We want to fight each other to get that shot. It is what it is. We may be on the team, but we got to prove it. So I like that part of it, no matter what you think of those teams and their involvement in it. And Darby coming from the rafters, it was fucking hilarious because the table broke. But
the table broke prematurely.
Yeah, the table broke prematurely. It botched. You can't. This things you can't do with live TV. Children, animals, and commentary desks. You can't deal with those on national television sometimes. But it adds to the chaos. It was just a wacky brawl. People just did their thing. It was excellent television. Bled into the tag title match. And it added to the aura of, oh shit, now you're all by yourself. There's no one around you. Can't call mommy. You can't call the cops. It's time for war. Do what you got to do. Excellent all around. Loved everybody's involvement. Orange Cassidy, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You're gonna have to get a concussion line in on John Moxley one of these weeks. You have to. You just got to do it. You got to be like, hey man.
Many blows to the head.
You talking about being able to handle the grind. Your brain couldn't handle the international title grind the last time, so I picked that cycle up again. Something like that. Just something to consider.
Yeah. I wouldn't hate if you referenced it. That'd be pretty cool.
Something to consider, you know.
OC doesn't big up his accomplishments enough, so it would definitely hit harder as well. So.
Yeah, plus, he just come up like an asshole. I love it so much.
Right, OC. This match, this Moxley OC match, is going to move me immensely. I think it's going to be fucking awesome.
I mean,
the last one
the first
was incredible. Oh yeah, OC's going to die. I think he's going to be written off TV for like a couple of weeks at least. At least he should be. They should make it a big impact moment. Like if people aren't already taking the BCC seriously, like this should be the moment that they start to. And that's when you can start folding in other top names because it will make more sense.
Yeah, you could like phase them out slightly, shift somebody else up. Like a rotating cast of characters, they'll keep them loosely involved in it. And then when it's time for them to bring them back into the forefront, you do it.
Especially if like either like Claudio or Pac be like, "Yo, I'm gonna be running the Continental Classic this year. I want that belt." Then other people should be like, "Well, fuck, I want to get my hands on him. I'm gonna enter the Continental Classic," type shit. Like, it starts
Plus
getting
with
that
the elite,
as well.
plus with the elite involvement in this, where it's like, what side are they on? Are they kind of counting away? Blah blah blah. Now the Bucks have just basically fucked off. Jack's busy with DG. O'Connor's basically all alone now.
O'Connor ain't got shit to do right now. Him and Jack Perry don't hang out. They've been in like 1, maybe 2 matches together.
Okada's literally doing nothing at the moment.
Doing nothing.
He's just vibing, waiting for the classic to happen, wherever the fuck that goes. He's
doing niche.
He's doing his thing. He's doing whatever Rainmakers do.
Counting checks, baby. That's what he's doing. God bless the Rainmaker, you know.
He's the second biggest beast in wrestling other than Mystico. Because y'all see that report, Mystico just relinquishing the title.
Dropped the NWA middleweight title after 6 years.
He's like, I think it's time, guys. There you go.
Time to put my feet up, you know.
What a beast. And also he just shoots his own angles when he's not in CMLL.
So yeah, I'll wrestle this person. It's just like, bro.
Mask versus Masker, Mano?
Oh my god.
Good shit, man. Good shit. Quick chat break. Actually, you know what? Let me quickly touch on something Marcus said. The tone of like the angle and the way it was used throughout the show. I really loved how they did it this week. You know, like with the way that like Orange Cassidy like disrupted the opening. You know, locked in, showed a different side of himself. I love that. And then obviously the way it led into like this big chaotic brawling angle where we get the full gear match made official as well. Then Darby returning from the rafters, and obviously like we've already just gone over a couple times with Private Party getting their moment. And then obviously at the end with all like the Bucks scurrying out of the building, shredding papers, all that kind of stuff, you know, getting out
was
of
on
there.
the table, young Bucks?
Leaving Brandon behind and him getting fucked up, and obviously planting the seed there of like what that aspect of the story, like are the Bucks going to come back and be baby faces? I think they probably will, you know. So I loved all these different elements, and it's still even within all this, and it being such a big part of the show and something that's like, you know, like all around the company, you know, like they still had the space to be able to do the black excellence in the main event, you know. So I thought it was really well managed, and it's probably the best they've done so, like Marcus said so far. Good shit, man. Just good shit.
I will say, the Bucks disappearing from TV and Kenny be announced for a New Japan event within the same couple of days makes you think.
Hey man.
That tag match at Wrestle Dynasty is going to go crazy.
See you.
I hope it is possible. I do hope it's possible. Kenny's, you know, Kenny's good to go. Gets cleared for those very special January dates at the start of the year. You know,
indeed. Kenny back in the Tokyo Dome. The Bucks back in the Tokyo Dome. That makes me absolutely delighted, to be honest.
It does. I would say New Japan just casually dropping. Kenny Omega's coming to Power Struggle the entire time. He's going absolutely shit.
So funny.
The way announcements should be done.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That graphic really made me laugh because it looked like he was being announced for a character for like Smash, like the Nintendo games. It was very funny.
The way Kenny would probably want it, and then the interview dropped immediately after that. New Japan's great at that stuff with Kenny.
I've actually really liked that New Japan are playing such a big role in like telegraphing his return to wrestling because of so much of his career was made there. And I think it's great, especially like if his return match ends up being Dynasty, it makes sense because of it will be a very heavy New Japan audience because it being in Japan. So it's very smart.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
I think I'm preparing for Power Struggle on Monday. So yeah.
Amen.
I
guess we kind of touched on it before we went live, didn't it? But we all agree that the Bucks are probably coming back as baby faces, don't we?
Wouldn't shock me.
I don't know that I love it, but amen.
Listen, they're coming back as baby faces, super kick party, all that bullshit. You know, big part,
music.
big
Oh, that would be
pops,
good. I would be
tassels. You know what I mean?
If they come
Colours.
back with tassels, oh my,
And this
locked
is what
in.
I'm saying.
I'm
Tassels,
sorry for the person I will
Jordans,
be.
bright
I'm
colours,
locked in to get the tassels.
bandanas. We're back, baby. The feeling's back. Super kick party. The crowd's all happy and joyous and stuff. And you know what's going to happen? Mox is going to fucking kill him. He's going to send him in the fucking ambulance, and it's just going to hit on another level because it's symbolic, you know?
One night only. The Bucks
These
back.
AEW EVPs trying to do the right thing once and for all, and you know, taking out, because you can't take out Kenny Omega, obviously, you know, but yeah, I do think them taking out one of the kind of like core figures of AEW would help hit the story even more, especially if that is, because I do think the Bucks are going to come back as baby faces. So if people are against that side of the story, I think they need to kind of just admit defeat on that one. So I think if they are coming back as baby faces, I think the right thing to do would be to have like Mox and Co send them off in an ambulance just to help, like, you know, the gravity of this storyline that they're telling.
They're gonna cuff Kenny to the ropes and have him watch them absolutely destroy the Bucks, and it's gonna be a callback to the 2023 Blood and Guts, where they basically just had Mox watch them like choke out Wheeler Yuta. So
it'd be like the fucking death of Superman, because like all of a sudden everyone's been calling EVPs like, yo, stop being pussies, actually do your job, actually protect this company, like be the EVPs you say you are. And they finally do it. It's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, we got the EVPs on our side. We back. Big dub. The elite. Boom. Thanos kills him.
And they just
Mox shoots one of them in the head. You know.
Hey, relax.
Yeah. Something like that. Then it's like, oh shit, like we really have no hope. It's really time. It's really on us now. And then Darby, it's time for you to finally go get that belt, brother. Go get that suitcase. Go get it. You got no hope now. It's all on you.
You know, one thing I just do not give a fuck about in AEW, and it's nothing to do with the talent or anything, because I fucking like borderline adore the guy. I could not give less of a fuck about Christian Cage's guaranteed title shot. Do not care about it at all.
They've booked themselves into a corner with this, because what the fuck is he meant to do?
He's
not going to want
like
to face Mox.
This is like the Money in the Bank concept. This is like the negatives on both sides of it. Like, if you're in a state where your world title scene is being booked to absolute hell, then like a Money in the Bank or like an instant cash-in type of gimmick is basically a get out of shitty booking free card and a chance to start over. But when you're doing really well and your world title scene is kind of hot, or your world title scene is very stable, then it just feels like an inconvenience that you just kind of want to get rid of at your best possible chance. This is that time where it feels like this is a simple inconvenience.
Yeah, man. It's why I brought it up as well. Like, almost like kind of randomly, because it's like we're talking about all these big things going on in AEW, and it's like, oh yeah, fucking Christian Cage has got that title shot. Who gives a fuck? I don't know. Maybe they can do a way where they can loop Christian into the story where Darby wins the contract off him, and that's how he gets his shot back at Mox or some shit. You know. I don't know, man. But obviously, he's still got, you know, a year or whatever the fuck he is allowed to hold it for. But I'm just saying, like, right now, do not give a single fuck about it.
I don't care. He's just kind of doing stuff on the side right now until it's the time to get him back there. You could do something where he just, like, he's a giant coward and he gets fucking murdered by Moxley or something. I don't know. Something like that, I guess.
All right, it feels like he's spinning his wheels till Copeland comes back. And it's felt like that for a little while now, to be honest.
Big Cope. His birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Cope. We wrote him a nice message. You know, as we do.
Another October baby.
51.
Please come back. I miss you. I miss him so bad.
He'd be great in the storyline, actually. Funny enough, he'd be great in the story.
Yes, he would be.
Big Cope.
Imagine you think you know him hits like the baby faces are like it backed into a corner. It's just like Darby left and fucking Adam Copeland comes out. Unreal.
Bring me Samoa Joe. I'm locked in.
This storyline has sent me like, I don't know, man. Everything's dark. Like, you name these baby faces, it's like I'll just imagine how cool it would be if Mox killed him. You know.
That's genuinely, baby.
You know,
Like,
everyone's just
come
like,
on,
no,
man,
cope. You know, it's like,
Get his head cut
Oh
off
my
in front of
god,
them.
just the
in front of
BCC
everyone.
beating piss out of Christian Cage and Copeland coming for the save. I'm sorry, but that moves me so much.
If Eddie Kingston had a functioning knee and a functioning leg right now, just
Oh,
imagine.
the amount of baby faces we're missing out. This is what I'm saying. Like, we need more top tier baby faces in this storyline, but like they're tied up in other shit right now or they're injured. Like, could you imagine Osprey involved in this? It would be very funny.
That'd be Superman type shit.
I do think even like, depending on how the story plays out, I'm sure obviously they've got their plans for it, so at least in the immediate future. But I just into Charlie's point about like looping in more like the top stars, but the tied up. It's like, I don't know, maybe they can get super creative with how they loop people into this storyline. You know, so how can it like maybe you can loop the Don Callis family somehow into the storyline of like the power struggle in AEW. You know. Because obviously he's one of those storylines where you can kind of loop anyone into it. Like I said, quite a while ago now, when this sort of thing was all starting. Like it's very different to like the Young Bucks Elite EVP company takeover angle, because it was almost like it was very like gimmicky and there was a lot of shtick and stuff like that. And it's like, who do you want to see in this universe? Whereas this one, because it's a bit more grounded and stuff like that, it's like, you want to see anyone fight for the honor of AEW,
Yeah.
you know, against these lunatics that like anyone in their right mind would want to stop these lunatics, you know. So
I think
they're
it'd
a
be
danger to everyone.
very easy to loop in the Don Callis family, like not as a neutral party because that's the wrong word for Don Callis, but him just basically striking a deal with Mox, being like, look, we'll go for any title that isn't yours as long as like you stay out that way. It's like, because if then that makes the TNT and Continental belts and the International belt feel, no, they already have that because Takeshi has that. That makes the TNT and Continental belts feel much more important immediately, because it's just like, oh shit, like if they're not going for the world title, then these are the belts they're hunting for.
Yeah, also pay the
as
Piper
soon as
type
you
shit and just be snakes and try to maneuver around and do their thing.
Yeah,
separately
absolutely.
and
Like it would be
individually.
very underhand, but
That's why it's
Yeah,
Callis
it's like-
family.
exactly.
Yeah, if you can get the Callis family looped in some way, it's like then you can easily get Osprey in there,
Mhm.
you know. So it's like it all. That's why I like kind of love these overarching angles where the different things tie into each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because like then you can make logical sense of Osprey making the save for any babyface, and likewise with the heels, you know. And then you get these big dramatic angles like we got last night, but led into the private party thing. You know, that's
Absolutely.
those are the benefits of doing these storylines. You know. Yeah, let's do a quick super chat break. Yuzora Hart, $10. Appreciate you very much. I wish Darby's return was more special. He's back for the first time since the pay-per-view, rafter drop, and then just fades into the brawl. I wanted him clearing the ring like Sting, be larger than life.
I get it, but also OC is currently the main character of the story, and it kind of would have taken away from them bleeding into the tag title match, so I'm not that phased that they didn't do that.
Yeah, it kind of bounced out a little bit. It is what it is.
Yeah. And it's Darby.
agree.
Like, Darby doesn't need a moment like that. He's fucking Darby Allin.
Also,
Yeah, so
him in a
it-
crash dummy is like quintessential Darby. So, I mean,
Yeah, and it helps. It's going to help with the development and the story as well. Much to Charlie's point, it's like OC's the challenger at the moment, so you don't want to undermine him by having Darby come back and be the one that clears house and should look like the actual challenger to Mox, you know. And you may even ask yourself, so why bring him back now? Why not wait? It's like, no, you need him back now because Orange Cassidy is going to get fucking murdered at Full Gear
in about 3 weeks.
And Darby needs to be there and connected to it. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, they're already doing the tag match next week with him and Darby versus Pac and Claudio. So they're going to form like some sort of connection. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, when he gets killed, it's like Darby's going to, I don't know, he's going to feel guilty. He's going to feel bad about it. He may even try and make a save and fail or blah, 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 blah. But Darby needs to be reintroduced now, you know, but Orange Cassidy is the guy that you're focusing up until Full Gear. So I agree with Charlie. And I get where you're coming from, though, Yuzora Hart. Like, I get
absolutely.
it. You know, like you do make a good point in your super chat, but I do think it is going to be to, you know, the it will help the development of this story, Full Gear time. You know, and we're getting that call match next week, so.
That match would
You
be
know.
so good.
I'll take it.
It will.
It's gonna roll so hard.
Anjan PN, $2. Fractions who? Hashtag EVPs for 2024. Hashtag vote for EVPs.
Talk.
These
Talking
these
AJ.
these Republican rallies in the super chats. I just I think it's.
I'm saying it right now. All Fraxium voters are garbage. That's what we locking it in. Quote me on that. I don't care. Write it down. Retweet it. Fax it. I don't give a shit. EVPs 2024 all the way. We stopping the steal. We putting them in the Hall of Fame. We getting that award named after them. Y'all know what it is. Nicholas and Matthew Jackson rise up. Throw off the knees.
The books are they're on the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame ballot, and they were on it last year, didn't get in, but nearly got in. They probably could get in it this year.
They should.
Roman Reigns is on the ballot as well now.
That's very funny.
Big Rome, there usually is a bias against active talents in these things.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still only been like 10 first ballot Hall of Famers in the newsletter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne, Okada, there's a few. But yeah, what I will say though about this Bucks Fraxium, who's tag team of the year, all I'm going to say is that when Fraxium have their big nights, you don't see them trying to drag the Bucks down. They're just basking in the glory of what they're doing. When the Bucks have their great matches lately, you're thinking about Fraxium, bro, and I don't know why. I don't know. Why do you feel?
Fractions. I'll do that.
Why do you feel that you need to drag Fraxium down? Is it because you feel anxious that you need to drag them down? Do you need to drag them down?
See. It's not dragging down. It's just simply reiterating the obvious because so many folks out there seem to have forgotten. Remember Freddie versus Jason? I watched it last night. That was the whole theme. Freddie came in, he got Jason to kill for him because people around Elm Street forgot. And it's time that people remembered. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson are those guys. And performances like that, performances like Grand Slam, performances like the last month and a half of the action, that should get people to remember that the Young Bucks are those guys. We telling y'all right now, we ain't adding, we ain't subtracting, we ain't dividing, we ain't simplifying fractions. We don't do that. This ain't a math class. This tag team wrestling. Matthew, Nicholas Jackson, we up. What?
Hey man, I ain't cast more vote yet. I ain't cast. You know what it is? I just don't feel strongly enough about Fraction. Then like the Bucks' case, like I said, there is like holes in it, but like I said, I ain't cast more vote yet. It is a bit of a head scratcher for me, but that is a thing I have noticed over the past like few weeks. That, when the Bucks have their big matches, it's always like, who the fuck's Fraction? It's like, bro, what? They're just chilling, like,
I don't know,
what
man.
did they do?
Your timelines are curated. I don't know what your timeline be looking like. Mine's all sunshine and rainbows and just straight up say the Young Bucks are the greatest. That's all it looks like.
Okay.
And
champion $2. When Big Bob catches that white baldy from Ohio. Amen.
Oh,
Amen.
you are talking right now. I am up. You getting Spirit Eye's fucking boots. You catching the Hurt Lock. It come with big Hurt Lock, John. And we see what happens when you get put in shoot submission holds on the weekends. You ain't getting out the Hurt Lock, brother.
This is why I couldn't be a booker, bro, because like you go into this storyline at the doing with Marks, and it's like I think it's very clearly been signaled that Darby is like our savior. He's going to be the main he's going to be the main protagonist. But after last night, bro, I'm scrapping everything, and my black super group is saving the day.
Black people
Mercedes beating Moxley,
Oh,
statement maker for the
win. But yeah, man, good shit. Big Bob, we love Big Bob. Mid takes $4.99. Instead of Orange Cassidy saying, "quote I'm freshly squeezed and I don't need a catchphrase," he said, "I'm freshly squeezed and I will be the next AEW champion." I mean, he's showing that fire. showing that fighting
Yes.
spirit, that fire. Build up
True.
that hope, brother. Build it up. You know, build up that hope
Break the
and
hearts.
that
We
optimism. You
always
know,
need
because
hope.
when his neck gets snapped and he's sent off in an ambulance in a few
Christ.
weeks, you know, it's it's gonna be
Sorry.
storytelling, Marcus. You know, it's good shit.
It
You
wasn't
don't
the
need
first
to
time
send
Mark
the
sent him
people
off in an
home
ambulance.
happy.
Thank
They would
you. And besides, it was a nice little riff on when he said the first time before All Out last year.
Mhm.
It was cool. It was fine. He said, "I'm gonna get out your suitcase and put it in my backpack." What more can
Good
you
shit,
ask
man.
for? He's gonna bring the backpack, and the only thing that's gonna be in that damn thing by the time full gear's over with is his belongings, his health insurance card, and everything else.
Listen,
He's getting put in the backpack.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
if we're being real, Mox should choke him out with the backpack.
That's amazing.
Don't pass it back to
Jericho.
these parts,
Stuffing
bro.
orange in the backpack. That's what we're doing.
Just zip it over his head and shit.
Yes, man. He should choke him out
Throw him
with
in
the
the-
backpack. He absolutely
Throw him in
should.
the van. Have a nice happy ending of
And we're
Chris
making
Statlander
Darby
coming to help
watch.
him for the
He's gonna
first time
sit in the
again or something.
corner.
Yes, we are making Darby watch.
Oh my god!
Um,
Every ring has a Darby Allin ringside chair.
all right. And Jen, $2, appreciate it. Need my goats to save us from dictator John Hogan. Oh, come on, man.
Hey man, at least John Hogan can actually wrestle.
Mid takes 499, appreciate it as always. Need Darby winning to be Cody Roman like. I hope it is, honestly. Obviously that's a bit different because there was so many years and such a like.
Yeah.
It's like it was more like the story of Cody's career accumulating at that moment, you know. And obviously like the Dusty stuff, which I know got beaten to death, but like he is a real thing, you know, that added to the moment and just the whole story of it.
Also, tribal.
It'll be hard to
also
replicate on
Bloodline
that
goes
level,
emotional
but
side.
it definitely
Yeah.
should be like kind of like their version of like, you know, the big babyface payoff, you know. So
Mhm.
Right. Plus the matches
Hopefully
were
he-
also spectacular. Shout out to Roman.
but yeah, need Darby winning to be Cody Roman. Like Darby's outnumbered, and Sting, Cope, Eddie, and Kenny come back to be the final stand for the BCC fought. Yeah, I think that's hopefully kind of where we go to. Like Kenny Omega is part of like he's on the good side of the end game. You know, it's like
Mhm.
like I said, Orange Cassidy, you're getting sent to hospital, bro. I'm sorry. The Young Bucks, can't wait to hear Super Kick Party and the tassels back. We're sending you in an ambulance, kids. You know. Who else is getting Copeland potentially? It's kill him as well.
If he was healthy right now, I'd throw a hologram in the stories in some way.
I'd have my end game baby faces would be Darby, Kenny, Eddie if it's possible, Daniel Garcia because you need to like obviously Darby will be elevated to the next level, but I think you need to kind of really kind of like swing with someone at that level as well, and obviously Private Party, I think as well.
Yeah.
That'd be like
I
tag
would
team.
I would have them like write off Osprey as well because of can you
could do
imagine
that, yeah.
because the way Osprey's been portrayed in AEW, people will be like, oh shit, we're in the closing scenes now, like Osprey's gotten involved with this, and then he just gets murdered by them. Like that sense of despair, and then having the Kenny return, I think that's what they need to roll with.
If I hear
I
Battle
love that
Cry
shit, man.
in the
It's
storyline, I'll cry.
You know me, like you can suggest anybody getting murdered at the moment, and I'll be like, yeah, man, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do
fuck
it.
it.
Man, you know?
Throw him in.
because there's layers to that. Like Kenny coming back off the back of Will Ospreay getting destroyed, like that sets up future stuff for them as well. So it's so easy. This story could be so good as long as they do the right things. There's a lot of potential for it to be bad, but so far
Yes,
it's been pretty
there
good.
is. There is. Yeah, I think it can be a big hit, man. I've really enjoyed it so far, to be honest. Even like it's like last week, I said, like obviously because Dynamite wasn't great, and like, people were complaining about like the angle and what they did last week, and these are the only baby faces that they've got, blah blah blah. It's like, bro, that's the fucking point. Like what Chuck Taylor literally says to Orange, like I don't think these guys can get the job done, but I think you can, blah blah blah. And then you have the
And Orange
moment
Cassidy
where
said
Chuck
himself in
Taylor
the
gets
promo.
fucking Yeah, Chuck Taylor himself gets fucking murdered at the end of the show, and it's like it's all about that moment of Orange Cassidy there on his knees, absolutely in despair, where he realizes it's time to lock in. But that was like the main point of.
We're like
the
3
show.
weeks into this major storyline that's going to be going for like 6 months. Just relax a little bit. Like there will be baby faces.
The story's not ending anytime soon.
People. Just people completely missing the point of what they were trying to do. You know, it's like that was the point. They're not meant to be the main baby faces there. They're meant to look like, you know, like a hopeless, like, you know, not hopeless. Like they're just full of hope. That's all they've got. They're just full of faith. You know, 1% chance, 99%.
Like, AEW loyals, the ones that have been around, like
they're gonna get the shit kicked out of them, but they're gonna die trying. And then the guys that are like, okay, they're gonna put more of a fight, but ultimately they're gonna fall. And then the ones who are your main heroes towards the end. And the whole point of the story is to get the guys that you see a real future in and get them elevated to that level that you believe they can get to. The Darbys, it's time for them to finally be a main eventer. Orange Cassidy to be the main event caliber guy he should have been last year after All Out. Daniel Garcia, a guy who's had a lot of stop stars. He's re-signed. He's locked into your company for another several years. You have him in contention to win another championship. It's time for him to get to that level and then get to being a main event guy that you think he can be. Because this is the future of your company. And supplement it with guys who you know are top established guys, like a Kenny, possibly. Cope, he's credible. Ibushi getting murdered, that'd be fucking hilarious. Eddie,
he's
when
getting
he's healthy. Hey, man, Ibushi working himself into a shooting DDT, so it is what it is.
When isn't he working himself into a shoot, bro?
What funny guy.
Ibushi, bro. I love Kota Ibushi so much, but dog, it ain't that deep.
Yeah, I have a good time watching his career unfold. You know, like, what a character he's been over the years, bro. Fucking Kota Ibushi. But yeah, man, him getting murdered as well. Obviously, that would be heartbreaking for Kenny. You know, like blah blah blah. So yeah, like I said a few minutes ago, you can pretty much at this point suggest any baby face that people actually care about getting murdered to me, and I'll be like, yeah, man, let's do it. All right, so that's like all the chaos and Orange Cassidy stuff. Okay, Adam Cole versus Buddy Matthews.
That wasn't what I was going to suggest we talk about next, but yeah, let's get out of the way, I guess.
Might as well,
I mean,
bro.
Listen, bro. It was Adam Cole's first match back in like 14 months. You know.
It was.
Well, I don't even think the issue with this was.
I mean, part of the interruption, but I have a. Will Ospreay is back on Twitter. He's posting pictures of him and Mark Davis shaking heads.
He is, and bro, I miss United Empire. But we'll talk about Adam Cole first, I guess. We've talked to. Yeah. We've been very positive this podcast. We might as well get the negative shit out of the way.
Because I am about to get negative. I ain't gonna lie.
Adam Cole, he hasn't wrestled in a while, so I do kind of cut him a little bit of slack there in that sense. At the same time, I just think like, just conceptually, like this match was kind of just like, what are we doing here? You know, trying to build this story of like Adam Cole's unsure of himself and fucking, you know, and like he almost quit as well halfway through the match, and it's like, bro, this is
we got interlude, we got like, doctor stoppages.
This is not how you get a baby face like super over. Like that's just not what you do. At one point, they're even like cheering for Buddy and shit like that.
Did not care.
But yeah, like honestly, I didn't mind like at the start, like the first opening minutes, Cole being a bit wary and stuff. You know, I didn't mind that, and I didn't mind like the initial like targeting of the leg and stuff. But like when they started to like, all right, like Cole looks kind of, they're making Cole look pathetic out here now, you know. And then they do the thing on the outside where the doctors come and they stop the match, and the crowd's the referee stops counting for whatever reason. The crowd's counting for him, and it's just massive. And he looks like he's going to walk off and quit the match. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? And then fucking Buddy calls him fragile on the mic mid-match, and Cole valiantly marches back down, and he gets the win. And it was just like, this is just like overbooked, overthought out. Like, just have a match, bro. You know, just have a match where Buddy targets the leg a bit. Like fucking hell, you know, just have a match.
In they did that whole thing with Buddy targeting his ankle and shit, which absolutely makes sense. And then Cole immediately hits a Panama Sunrise. On the outside, no less. He hit 2 as well. What the fuck are we doing? Like, that is stupid. Like, really frustrating.
He's doing shiny wizards hitting the boom. Like, bruh.
It was very dumb, very overthought. This match could have been so simple. I actually thought Buddy was like a pretty like good first opponent for Adam Cole because like they have history, like they can work well together. But the crowd did not care about Adam Cole coming, like this being his return match. Really, like they were really rooting for Buddy Matthews, and I think that's because it was so overbooked and they took a very weird approach to this match. Also, Cole, sort out your fucking time. I'm sorry, but just stop.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that aspect of Adam Cole in a minute, but I'll just quickly say the Orange Cassidy promo started us on a great episode of AEW Dynamite, and then we immediately turned the channel and we were welcomed to NXT Takeover Cleveland. That's exactly what this fucking match was.
It was so NXT Takeover.
It was peak 2019, like takeover shit, like Takeover Toronto, that overbooked ass match you had with Gargano. Like, bro, I get the ankle spots. I understand it. You kind of had to do it. You couldn't dance around it. But they did it to such a ham-fisted degree. Then you had the camera cuts, the fucking Kyle O'Reilly in the back. Towel throwing, a fucking cinematic MJF camera cut for whatever reason.
Oh, bro.
And this is why I knew Cleveland was going to be a fantastic crowd last night, because they immediately shed on this shit and just cheer for Buddy. They're like, get this fucking
real wrestling crowd.
Literally, get this fucking nerd out of my face, dude. Like, come on. Like, you're doing the boom, you're doing 2 Panama Sunrises, you're doing a shitty ass Johnny Wizard, throwing super kicks, all for fucked up ankle. Like, no one believed you. You didn't look valiant at all. This looked phony as all hell. Like, this didn't help anyone. Does
Adam Cole know the black and gold era is dead? Like, does he know? No. Is he aware?
That shit is way too ingrained in his damn memory bank at this point, bro. There's no saving Adam Cole from that. And
the pre-tapes cut to MJF watching the match.
Bro.
That was nuts.
I just
recorded that 3 weeks ago, brother.
Straight up offensive.
Exactly. That man's on vacation somewhere getting his hair touched up in Turkey, for all we know. Like, that man was not recording shit.
MJF don't even know that Adam Cole wrestled last night.
It's a 1-to-3 series with him and Roddy and everything, and I'm like, cool. Can I just get Roddy in this match, please? That was my immediate thought. I was like, he looked non-athletic out there. He didn't look explosive at all. Like, any semblance of good Adam Cole is just
said non-athletic.
But I'll even go.
Adam Cole, just go wrestle in Ring of Honor. Go be a draw. I don't know. I don't want to see it. It was the most non-AEW feeling thing on the program last night. And it's like the glaring issue right now with the week-to-week booking, because no one cares about this storyline. No one gives a fuck. Maybe I'm like generalizing. Maybe the crowds do care a little bit, but like, I don't want to see Adam Cole and MJF feuding when there's so much else happening in the company that I actually give a fuck about. And it just feels out of place that they're circling back to this. And I don't know, dumb, stupid.
It just reminds you of a time. It just reminds you of a feud everyone fucking hated. Like, I don't want to be reminded of that.
It's like the worst thing of 2023. Like,
yeah. And I'll just say this real quick. I love and I respect, and I'm pretty sure all of us here respect Austin Jenkins, the man.
Yes.
Adam Cole, the professional wrestler, last night looked fucking crazy. Like, there's
it's
really
his first match back though, man. That's kind of like.
See,
that's like the
that's
line
where I
I'm
don't want to
him.
go. I don't want to go too nuts, but
it wasn't even like it was a concept thing. It weren't like, oh, he looks rusty. Like, okay, he didn't look great or sharp or anything like that. But it wasn't a thing where it's like, oh, he's misstepping and his timing's off and he just looks generally rusty. It was like his approach to the match was just like, what are we doing here? You know? And maybe it weren't him. You know, maybe it was like fucking. I don't know. Yeah, it could have been a bad.
This is what Adam Cole matches kind of look like, though. It is kind of just what it is.
I was gonna say this was so Wembley Stadium main event circa 2023.
him next to Buddy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit look kind of nuts.
Yeah, it did look a bit crazy.
I'm not
It
gonna buy
crazy.
Shane, bro. But dog, can I get a push up, please, or two?
Yeah, it's not even it's not body shaming to point out how fucking different those two physiques are because Buddy obviously is fucking jacked, like, you know, and obviously Adam Cole is not, you know, so yeah, them two standing next to each other did look a bit crazy, and it's like Buddy Matthews and exactly like a tall guy either, you know, so imagine him standing next to like a Bob Lash or a Shelton, you know.
That's what I'm looking at. We opened with that, and then we closed with this. Like, it's like two diametrically opposed things. I'm not gonna do a whole body shape thing because I'm not a body guy in wrestling. I'm not a whole like, oh, we need to be 6'6" and 310 pounds. I ain't like that. Like Darby Allin's 175 pounds soaking wet, and he was awesome. He's one of my favorite wrestlers on the planet, like bar none. But my nigga, do a push up, please. You gotta look a little athletic out there, bro. A little.
Yeah,
Just
the
a tiny
spray
bit.
tan's crazy. That's
Spray tan was nuts.
It's so jarring, especially because like Buddy Matthews is a very pink man, and I don't think that helped. The contrast was crazy, and when he shook Malachi Black's hand, like his spray tan came off on Malachi's hand. That's how egregious it was.
He looked like a fucking orange.
He needs to figure it out.
I know what oranges look like. He looked like a fucking orange.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a match that happened, and it had some unfortunate elements to it. We thought, and we're getting Malachi Black and Adam Cole, so Adam Cole can try again next week. That is going to be after the match. Buddy Matthews.
NXT Black and Gold is dead. Please.
after the match, Buddy Matthews and Adam Cole, you know, they like respectfully like shook hands or whatever it is that they did. As they were shaking hands, the lights go off, and Malachi appears, and he's now the one shaking Adam Cole's hand, and Adam Cole looks all confused and whatnot, and we get the graphic later on in the show. Next week, Black and Gold is alive and well, Charlie. Stop hating.
Get it dead, please.
My first thought when seeing this is, when's Roddy wrestling?
Yes, please. Is Roddy not meant to be also running this gauntlet?
Listen, Roddy's running the gauntlet, and he's the one, you know. Roddy, that's the match we're getting, baby. You know.
I absolutely think it should be Roddy.
We got that Roddy agenda alive and well. Yeah, absolutely. You know. But Cole did try to do like a promo, making more sense. It's tough because I think the reason why, not outside of the fact that like this feud left like a very bad taste in our mouths, inherently anyway. So it's something that we just, like Charlie already said, like we don't want to be reminded of like this shit that we didn't want to see, and that, you know. I think a big problem with it is that like they're trying to like force it to make sense, you know. It's like MJF's promos, like he's just kind of like reverted back to like kind of not necessarily the cliches in like what he says in his promos, but just cliche in just the way that he sets out his story, like making people jump through hoops to get to him, and it's even more to take away from it because he's not even there, you know. He's doing his pre-tapes and shit, so it's like it just
doesn't make sense. Like you're trying to make sense of something that doesn't.
It's like, yeah, Adam Cole does that promo last night where he's like, you know, like he's like Cole's pretending to like give a fuck about the company and stuff like that, and he knew Cole was always going to turn on him and blah blah blah. It's like, bro, they were taking out more people than just MJF. Like,
yes,
it's like first and foremost they were doing that. Two, Nick, you were still a piece of shit after that. You were bullying Wardlow during a pay-per-view. That happened. And three. He's been here longer than you. He was here since they were for a fucking company. Yep. You were fucking around in fucking NXT for 2 years before you even got here, bro. Like, I want to hear it. The fuck up.
Yeah. So,
fucking
you know. So, yeah, Cole This story's uphill battle.
It sucks.
Man.
It
just
fucking
is.
sucks.
It's
Do not let
brutal.
this go into 2025.
It's okay to
It's
kill
tough.
bad ideas. I promise. Just let this. Just admit you fucked up with the devil storyline. Just kill it dead. You don't have to rehash it. You were perfectly fine with MJF just murdering Cole when he came back and calling it a day. I promise.
Yeah, just let it die.
You have to.
You know, just let it die.
Yes.
Um,
You don't have to see everything through. It's okay to quit sometimes, guys. It's okay to quit.
all right. So next thing we'll talk about, Charlie. I know you've been waiting eagerly for this.
Oh my God.
Fucking Dan Callis and Cole Fletcher. They have a little promo at the top of the ramp. Cole Fletcher's obviously like bragging about like all the shit he's been doing lately, like fucking trying to kill Ospreay and all this and that. And at one point, he's like, he does like the whole trolling thing of like trying to introduce Ospreay, and obviously he don't come out. And does it again, he doesn't come out. And then fucking Big Mark Davis, United Empire,
Big
Aussie Open, we back.
Oi, oi, oi.
Aussie. They played the music and I jumped out on my seat. I was like, oh my fucking God, it's happening.
Women
I was so happy.
You said women all across the country rejoicing that Big Dunkzilla back on screen? My Australian cousin is back on the scene?
We're so back. We're not going to talk about the outfit. My boy's been through some shit. But Big Dunkzilla is fucking back.
The neckline was crazy. I can't lie, Charlie.
That shit was kind of nuts.
He's seen some things. He has been through it. It's been over a year since he has been in AEW, but he is back. He is back in a big storyline. He came and confronted Carl Fletcher. He wasn't taking his shit, and I'm so happy. And they are absolutely going to run Fletcher and Takeshita versus Dunkzilla and Ospreay, and that match is going to be fucking awesome. And if he also turns on Ospreay, I might lose my mind a little bit. But United Empire, bro, that music hit, and oh my God, I lost my shit. That's
I was
my
like,
boy.
wait, what the fuck? I literally like turned away for 2 seconds. All of a sudden, I hear Aussie, oi, oi. I'm like, wait a minute.
Like, I saw that graphic flash up. I was just like, oh my God, who is it going to be? And then I registered what music it was because I was like, it could be any member of United Empire, really. Like, because of like, there are other established members that have been on AEW TV. And then I registered what the music was, and I was just like, oh boy, oh buddy, oh baby, we are back. I'm so happy.
I will give credit. Kyle Fletcher, like week by week, is actually like putting it together as a complete performer. Like his promos have gotten.
I thought his promo here was very good. I must say that as well.
It was. The look is improving. His in-ring wrestling is starting to string that together well. He's always been a good wrestler.
Join
the
your
promo's
family,
good.
mate. We had an empire.
I love that with like people like reference stable names and shit, trying to put it into a sentence. I'm like, come on. But it was fun though. I liked the whole segment. I enjoyed it. It was cool. I like the like top of the ramp, like promos, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed those. Dark Callis, for the most part, just stood there and shut the fuck up, which is always great. And just kind of like Kyle talk. So
which is good.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm so here. We're so back. Private Party versus Aussie Open at Grand Slam Australia. We're back. We're so here.
Now. Let's pump the brakes ever so slightly.
I'm not pumped. I'm so back. We're so back, bro. We're so back.
Oi,
Aussie.
Aussie Open. I love Mark Davis. I think he's awesome. Big Dunkzilla. We're back. Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. Charlie, not to put you on the spot. Don't want to send any black vans around you. Do you know if Mark Davis is cleared?
Do I know if Mark Davis? Can I answer that question? I don't know.
Yeah, of course you don't. Anyway. Okay.
Tell us.
Don't be telling us in the private chat. I best not see it pop up in the private chat now.
That's all I know.
Okay.
I legit because of conversations, I don't think that I can see any of that on it. So.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not even clicking.
Dunkzilla back. We good. We up.
Dunkzilla back.
Big oi.
I will say that I didn't know that he was coming back on this episode. I was very, very excited.
I had no clue he was coming back ever, let alone on this episode.
This was kept very under wraps.
This is generally a shocker.
Good shit, oh man.
Happy to see him back on the road. He's gonna be having a lot of fun back with the boys and all. He's gonna be beefing with Kyle, maybe teaming with Kyle. We'll see what Ospreay comes back on TV, how that goes. This is a nice little story that's happening so far.
I love Australians.
Good shit. Yeah, they do pop me too. Speaking of people from Australasia, Hangman put a promo on Jay White. I couldn't say Australia because Jay White's from New Zealand, so you know.
Yes.
But yeah, Hangman cut a promo on Jay White, and it was a good promo, man. He's locked in, he's evil, he's sadistic.
Friend about his ass.
At one point, he threatened that he might break his leg again. He threatened that he may even burn his house down again. Really tapping into that sadistic side of him. So, yeah, good shit from Hangman again. Another good promo. Anything to add?
That nigga said, "Don't fuck with me, nigga. You better go for them championships. Come circling back to me. Got your fucking mind." And the best line he said is like, "Bro, ain't no redemption. Not for you. Damn sure not for me." He's like, "Fucking, I'm evil now." Right?
Oh my god, I'm so happy he included that line because people are already fantasy booking him turning babyface again and like being part of the team that takes down Moxley. No, shut up. He is a force of evil in his own right. Let him be a top heel. That is the next character arc. It is like literally taking 4 steps back if he turns babyface within the year. Like they should not do that at all. It would be so
like, eventually, absolutely. But
I think it's like
eventually, yes.
Unquestionably, unfathomably, like so much worse than like, you know how there was a little pushback in the chat when we were talking about the Bucks coming back as baby faces. Like I can understand a little bit of pushback with that, but like the Hangman one is like, bro, that should not
booking malpractice. That was genuine booking malpractice. He closed out All Out, having taken out Swerve, a former world champion and one of the top baby faces of the business right now. Like, he should not be turning face anytime soon. He has no reason to turn babyface anytime soon. He doesn't give a fuck about what Mox is doing. He just wants to beat the shit out of people who have wronged him.
Like, basically, let him do that. Let him have a heel title run first. Let him drop that, and then let him come to the realization, damn, I was wilding. And go from there. Boom. Saved you all the trouble.
Story run its course. Stop trying to rush things because of fantasy booking. Which is very ironic coming from me, regardless.
Right?
Leave Hangman alone.
You'll take it better come from fantasy booker #1 up there.
Literally.
Yeah,
but not seriously. Just let him flesh this shit out. Let him do his thing. And then let him come to the realization that he was kind of tripping. Let this line simmer for the next year. There ain't no redemption because there will be redemption for you. Just not in 2024. And please, God, not in 2025.
Yeah. You know what? Let's talk about the women, the wonderful women of All Elite Wrestling.
I love women.
I mean, Penelope Ford and Jamie Hayter, they did kind of like a backstage thing.
I think that was
Charlie getting caught out in the live chat, but yeah. Anyway,
correctly.
Renee Paquette, she does like a backstage interview thing with Penelope Ford and Jamie Hayter. They're building to their match for next week. And yeah, I'm really rooting for her, man. Obviously, Jamie Hayter, she has looked sharp. She's looked good since coming back. I thought Penelope looked pretty decent the other day as well. So hopefully things gel. And like I said, rooting for both of them because both of them were out for a very, very long time. Penelope was out for an absurd amount of time.
She was out for
both of them were. Both of them were. So yeah, man. Rooting for a match, I think it will be pretty good. I just kind of I hope that it's in front of a crowd that actually gives it a chance.
That cares, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it happening next week in Philly?
No, that's the Collision this weekend. The match is happening on Dynamite in like New Hampshire somewhere.
New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it.
I don't know anything about New Hampshire, so that scares me a little bit. Please be loud for them. I think they'll get into it. Jamie Hayter's always a crowd favorite. Penelope, she looked decent in the match she had the other day, and she always works well with people like Jamie, I think. So, and shout out Jamie Hayter for actually embracing Halloween and dressing as Daphne. That really did pop me.
That was funny as hell. Oh, by the way, if you don't know anything about New Hampshire, Charlie, there's one famous person from that state. I think you know who he is. He's a king
Who?
of kings.
Okay, all right. Anyways, there was more women on this show. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, let's get it.
Manchester, New Hampshire.
You're great.
Yeah, man. Make some noise for the women.
Yes.
That's the WrestlePure's official message on that one.
Yes.
Basically,
there was an Anna Jay video package for the Mariah May match, which is it's on Collision, I think, isn't it?
That is on Collision.
Yeah, Collision Philly, yeah.
It's on Collision. And yeah, Anna Jay, she's looked pretty promising since since coming back. She looked good in the match against Mariah, where she got the shock win. So,
is Collision live?
Yes.
Do we see Mina Shirakawa?
Is she busy at the moment?
No.
I don't know.
I
don't know. No idea. I'm the wrong person to ask on that one.
I'm also the wrong
Mina
person.
Shirakawa though. Well, Tony's obviously being slowly reintroduced back in, isn't she?
They're doing very
cool
stuff.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the full gear match because I don't see any other direction from where I'm at. Full gear.
No.
So
no, not when they're running this match on TV. So
I could see some Mina involvement potentially.
Would not surprise me.
Yeah,
shout out Red Pro's Women Champion. Very funny stuff.
Red Pro, eh?
Of course.
Hey man, so I defend the belt last weekend before, I don't know, at some point this month.
International baby.
Oh yeah.
All right, so all right, we got a women's match to talk about. Camille versus Chris Statlander. Right, so like Camille, I'm very much like not high on whatsoever. That being said, I didn't think that she does, but that being said, I didn't think that she embarrassed herself here last night.
No, I didn't think this was.
She actually had like a pretty okay match with Chris Statlander. I don't think she had a good performance or anything in that respect, but she, like, if you compare it to the Queen Aminata match, it's light and day. She didn't embarrass herself at all, really. I was kind of hoping for more of kind of like a bam fest from Chris and Camille.
No Mina in Philly.
Oh, that's a shame. So yeah, we're not getting Mina this weekend, folks. But yeah, like I said, I don't think Camille embarrassed herself or anything. But that being said, I still just don't see. I just do not see it with Camille at all, bro. It's like she's working this heat segment, and admittedly, it did go through some of the ad break as well. But it was just so boring, and there was just nothing to it, man. You know. Then even from a booking perspective, it's like if you want to book her strongly, this match didn't really make that much sense. Like the way that because Chris did kind of handedly beat her pretty quickly. So you know, then obviously Mercedes wasn't very happy with her, sent her to the back. So potentially could be seeing Mercedes getting rid of her. And I personally think that would probably be the right direction. I don't think there's been any real positives that have came out of this like duo, this use of her being Mercedes heater or anything.
This is like Jericho being put in early in his WWE tenure.
It's also with Mercedes as well. It's like if you're a Mercedes fan, you want to see Mercedes. I don't want to be seeing Mercedes sharing the spotlight with Camille. I don't think Mercedes is the type of talent that you have that kind of heater with. I just don't for some reason.
No.
You know, I could be wrong. Like,
maybe
to get rid of Camille. No, I'm not saying fire or anything, but I'm saying like, maybe to get rid of Camille out of this storyline and this pairing with Mercedes and to bring in Megan Payne and maybe my opinion changes, you know. And I think, oh my God, she's an amazing heater. That works amazing. But yeah, I think Mercedes, she's someone that, like, as a fan, I want to see her have all the spotlight when she's on screen and stuff. You know, I don't want to see Mercedes come into the ring with Camille standing ringside and stuff. Like, I don't want to see that, bro. You know, it's kind of jarring to me, you know? Like,
what does she do?
Exactly. So it's Mercedes Renee. Like, why is she standing ring? Like, what are we doing? It's like, again, like I said, maybe if it was Megan Payne and she was like really excelling in the role, maybe my opinion would change. It's just like, you know, it's like when I see them together and stuff, it's like I'm just like, all right, bro. Like, it's just not.
It just visually
But, like,
doesn't
some-
make sense either. Like, I don't know whether it's just Camille's look. Like, I don't know. It just like doesn't click on screen for me. And shout out Chris Stat because she made this match work, even though Camille did not look great in this. But I will give Camille props. She didn't look as bad as she did last week. So,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
not
probably
like
because
that.
of Chris Stat. Yeah, the match was agented better, I think. Even though, like, for Camille being the size she is, you'd think she'd be able to throw bombs properly, but those fucking, like, the Sheamus type moves she was doing, like, it looked like shit.
Oh, yeah, they were awful.
Bro, Camille's a fake athlete, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about her. Everyone's like, she's the brick house. She can move. No, the fuck she can't.
No, she can't.
For us at Fort Conda told y'all she couldn't do shit because her hype video was only her throwing kicks. That's it. If you don't see a single real wrestler move in a wrestler's hype video, they're ass.
Yes. It was
Same,
all
but
like
she
her
was
throwing
putting
big
up
boots
these,
and posing. Like, it was.
She wasn't putting up Bianca Belair NXT combine numbers.
No.
You know, that's an athlete. That's a powerhouse, people. You know, a fake athlete is a hilarious way of putting it. But
she running around doing nothing.
know.
She tricked y'all, man.
But yeah, I like.
She's
the
Mr. Hughes to Mercedes Chris Jericho. That's the best way to put it. She's Mr. Hughes.
Speaking of Jericho,
get away from Mercedes.
No.
Get away from her now.
No, speaking of Jericho, I actively do not want to talk about it.
Speaking of Chris Jericho,
no, I just don't
listen,
think.
I've got to because I have to say that I think like with Chris Jericho, he does his promos and he does his high guys and he'll reference mounts and he'll do his bullshit. And I feel like with us, like we kind of just like tune out. Oh, whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna go downstairs, make a drink, make a sandwich. Mm-hmm. You know, gonna go piss. You know,
that's what I did.
Yeah, so I mean, like you kind of like you kind of either lull and like look at your phone or whatever, or you just don't pay attention, or you go do something else. For whatever reason, I actually watched this promo.
Sorry to
and actually was listening to the things he was saying. And yeah, I appreciate you are. Sorry to hear that because I'm not even exaggerating, bro. Like even for Jericho's standards this year, and I know it's all kind of like, I won't say bandwagon because I do think he is like justified as well, like the way people kind of like hate on what he's doing at the moment and are super against it and stuff. But like, bro, this promo last night was one of the worst promos I've heard all year. The amounts of 4 stars referencing. Fucking the Jay Briscoe reference that got no heat. It just came off weird. Just like everything about this promo was fucking awful, bro. And like for someone of like Jericho's experience, who's been known over the years as a good talker, and again, I know his form at the moment has been like, this guy stinks, get him off my TV. But like this, even for his standards in 2024, I thought this was like egregiously bad. Like this was awful, bro. Like awful stuff.
Waste of TV time.
There was no point to this.
Glaringly bad.
Oh
like,
man,
the only redeeming quality. Why do I have to hear Meltzer 4 stars? I don't need to hear this on TV. I don't need to hear this breaking the fourth wall shit when I have like actual life and death happening on this television. I don't need that.
It was literally cringe. It was literally cringeworthy, bro. Like it's because like it's like even like the Jay Briscoe thing. I don't think like we should like using that for cheap eats, whatever, blah blah blah. But it's just like it's not even getting the cheap heat. Like it's not even, people are just the crowd just don't know what to do with it. They're just kind of like, you know.
Anyone. So it's like, what are we doing?
Exactly. It's fuck. It was awful.
Jericho gets like 0 comeuppance for anything he does on TV. No matter if he's a babyface or heel, he does shitty things all the time and never gets any consequences for it. The only redeeming quality of this promo, if you can find any whatsoever, is that it was quick and is that it was kind of short. And that I turned the TV to watch the World Series. I turned back in like 5 minutes and it was over. I was like, oh, thank God. That's the only thing I'll say about it.
Bro. So over. I've been over Jericho for a year, probably. I think I've been saying that on the Dynamite review. I'm just like, I have nothing to say about Jericho anymore. Why? Like, he's Ring of Honor World Champion again. Like, who? Why? What is, like, I don't understand what he has over Tony Khan to keep getting put in these positions.
Tony Khan is a very loyal man, and he respects Chris Jericho for helping get this TV.
Fuck loyalty! He's bad TV.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I get being loyal to people, but at this point, he's actively terrible television, and he's taking away from the product. He's been a net negative for like a year now, bro. Just cut the cord. It's time. Tell him to go backstage and be a family man. Get this fat tub of lard off my television set, please. I don't need him going, hi, guys, every 10 seconds. I don't need him stinking up the ring. Because above him being just a shit TV act, bro, he's not a good enough wrestler anymore to justify any of this.
He's
like,
not.
Why are we doing this? The worst thing Mark Briscoe ever did in his life, and I love Mark Briscoe to death, the worst thing he ever did was have a good match on pay-per-view with Chris Jericho. Because now we got this.
Yep.
He had a good one last week as well, sadly.
Shut the fuck up, Monty. I want to hear
that. Briscoe's just too good, man. It's just unfortunate. In this situation, it's unfortunate.
Chris Jericho's a superpower.
But yeah, man. Of course,
he's not doing anything for Big Bill or Brian Keefe either. Like, yes, they're on TV every week, but they're not fucking doing anything.
Listen, I watch all the WWE main roster stuff. I watch NXT, you know. This was genuinely one of the worst promos I've seen all year. Like, genuinely, I'm not exaggerating. It was awful, bro. The actual content of it was awful. Like, yeah, his delivery was whatever. You know, he's Jericho, he knows how to cut a promo, but like, even his delivery for his level of experience and his reputation as a promo guy, like I said, the way he was getting no reaction to these things, like, you could tell that he was like setting things up in his promo to get bigger reactions than it did, and like, his reaction in the way he adjusted to that was kind of a little bit awkward at times. It was awful promo. Mark Briscoe cut a promo in retaliation, and he's pissed about Jericho mentioning Jay's name again. And next week we're getting a fight without honor, 6-man Ishii.
It's a fight without honor.
Yeah.
I missed that bit. I just thought it was a standard 6-man tag. Okay, I'm a little bit more tapped in for that. But also, why is this happening on Dynamite and not on Ring of Honor?
Because it's Chris Jericho. He has to stay on television. You know how it goes by now.
Oh my god, someone should get in Chris Jericho's ear and be like, look, bro, go be a draw in Ring of Honor. Imagine the numbers you will pull over there. Like, you could save the brand, because he would so buy into that. Get him off my TV.
Imagine telling Chris Jericho to go on Honor Club. He can't listen to that shit.
It would pop me.
Yeah, he ain't doing that shit. He's he's too good at politics.
He has a superpower of managing to stay on television. It's amazing. It's kind of admirable, I can't lie. Because how do you manage to do this long in your career when you're an actively terrible act? You're the worst thing on TV, and you still manage to be on every single week without fail, without question.
Yeah, it's very baffling to a lot of us, you know. But like I said, everything Charlie said is true. The match probably will be good. Like I said, a fight without honor with those talents involved in it. It probably will be good, but it's besides the point, you know. It's so far besides the point at this point with Jericho. So, you know, save Mark Briscoe. What else we got? We already talked about the Bucks. They're leaving, ripping up paperwork and all that stuff. Brandon Cutler gets hit with a hammer. There was a cool moment backstage actually before we see the Bucks all panicking and rushing out and shredding papers in the locker room, and it was Garcia and Jack Perry, a little confrontation that they had. Daniel Garcia grips him up by the collar, put him up against the wall, and was like, "Yo, I ain't taking this bullshit from you." I really liked it. You know, I really liked it. It was good shit.
He used to dance for me too.
That was a good line from Jack Perry.
It was. But yeah, that's coming along pretty decent. The Garcia, Jack Perry stuff.
You reckon he wins at Full Gear? Yes. DG, that is.
It's the Butler match, definitely.
Yeah.
The Butler match, definitely. I hope they do, because I think the Jack Perry thing is it's a conversation for another day.
I'll say if Garcia doesn't win a championship like after he resigns, that's kind of crazy.
That is fucking.
Plus, with his
Also,
part in the
like
storyline,
they're
like,
running. They just need to, yeah.
you know, like, plus with his part in the storyline, he should win that title anyway. So yes, if they book that match, he's winning it.
Absolutely.
Mercedes called out Chris Statlander after the Camille match, so that's going to be on Full Gear as well. That's been added to Full Gear. That should be really good. I hope it really is good because I hope
fingers crossed.
Mercedes needs those big match performances. You know, like what she was signed for. You know, it's like what it's like we need those matches now. And I think Statlander's obviously a great person to do that with. As
talk about freak talents, she is one of them.
She is the right opponent because she'll just throw Mercedes around. Mercedes' ability to just bump like a mad woman will be unlocked here. So if she can't have a good match with Chris Statlander, then we have issues. But I have no doubt in my mind it'll be a great match.
Yeah, next week in Manchester, New Hampshire, AEW Dynamite, we've got Adam Cole versus Malachi Black. We've got Darby and Orange versus Claudio and Pac. We've got Penelope Ford versus Jeremy Hayter, and we've got the Learning Tree versus the Conglomeration in a fight without honor.
So that's 4 matches?
4 matches.
Damn.
I believe. Maybe something else has been announced, but as far as I'm
aware, I haven't seen anything else been announced. 4 matches and
they're never doing all the graphics at the bottom. They did a Commander graphic for his Friday match on Rampage, and then then immediately after they did another Commander
graphic. Yeah.
Well, we already do that match to our credit, though. So yeah.
Yeah, Carl Fletcher's wrestling in Philly.
That's a lot. That's a lot of Commander, though. That's kind of crazy. I love Commander.
Me too. I wonder if they set up something on Collision off the back of the Don Callis storyline stuff. Maybe there's a match involving those guys. And Mr. Keshta. I know he's doing things. He's going to be on a Fighting Unleashed or whatever that New Japan Strong show is called.
Yeah. Plus, like, he's been defending Ricochet and damn, who is he going to face in that show?
I don't, because of like, because it's a US show. I don't know who it's going to be. I'm trying to think what's already been announced for that show. Vegeta versus Gabe.
Yeah, obviously, Dynamite next week.
Yeah,
we're going head to head with Bubba Ray Dudley. You know,
Jesus Christ.
What? What?
Yes, Bubba Ray is on the show.
Oh, NXT is on the Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had no idea what you were talking about for a second. I was just like, what the fuck you mean they're going head to head with Bubba Ray Dudley?
Going head to head with Bubba Ray, baby.
Shit, I'm playing.
It's going to
at ECW Arena. Bro, the NXT number this week. You know, AEW might not.
That's why I thought that AEW was in Philly. I was getting shows confused.
AEW might not even get, like, I know it's been kind of, the last couple head-to-heads haven't looked great for AEW in terms of, like, the viewership and ratings comparison, but I actually think they've got a pretty good chance next week because, bro, the NXT number this week was, it took a huge hit. Obviously, it had strong competition, but at the same time, I just don't get. I don't think Bubba's not going to draw, bro. Like, let's be fucking real, man. Bubba's not going to draw, bro. That's not happening. You know.
It would be
and
but then again,
I don't know what else is going to be on unless they do like what they did. I think it was 2023 when they were just mad nasty and like put the Undertaker and shit. You know. Unless they do something mad like put Cody or Punk or someone like that on the show, like they did with the first couple of CWs. You know, the first couple on the CW network with Randy and Punk. Unless they do something like that, I don't think it will be like a straight up like blowout like the last couple have been.
And besides, they're both getting smoked this week. It's the fucking election.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't think that NXT. The big women's match on NXT, but it's like, is that gonna draw a big number? Like, that's not the same as booking like a Punk on your show, is it? It's like that's something that like I will pop at and tweet about and fucking jump up and down for. But it's not something that's gonna like, you know, draw the main roster fan to watch the show. I don't think. You know, like the more casual main roster fan that occasionally will tune into NXT if there's a Punk or a Randy or a fucking Undertaker. on it, you know.
I mean,
But
either
that
way,
is
I
an
don't give a shit,
awesome
personally.
match. That is an awesome match. Like
It is.
awesome.
Yeah, I
like,
saw that
genuinely.
graphic. I'm very excited for it.
Just like all the way that they did the angle as well, like with all the talent coming into the ring, and it's just like there was a moment where it's like, Jesus Christ, this is like a developmental third show apparently.
Mhm.
And it's like you got Julia, Stephanie, Jordan Grace, fucking Roxanne Perez, you know. But it's like on a even on like a more kind of a less like shiny level. Like Fallon Henley's really good, JC James really good.
Mhm.
Zari's obviously got like a lot of hype behind her coming into NXT at the moment. She's looked pretty decent so far. Can't really give an actual overall take on her yet, but she's got hype, you know. And it's just yeah, just beasts, you know.
This man on the Dynamite review having NXT damn heat flashes, bro. Let's wrap this up, shall we?
Amen.
Yeah,
I
good Dynamite.
love women's wrestling. All right.
Indeed.
I don't need none of this big, you know, like this misogyny from Marcus Davis. Though we don't need
It's
that.
Bobby Brown
you know?
to you today, sir. And we getting it because we wrapping this damn thing up because we have talked all about Dynamite. And I ain't talking about no goddamn NXT. Let's go. I'll hop my helicopter right now.
Listen, man.
Everything.
No, I'm just not ignoring the head-to-head next week. I'm saying AEW might win. You know, I'm saying Big Bubba ain't got the minerals to beat the glorious dub. You know, that's what I'm saying. So, with that being said,
the whole ass spiel, my brother. Let's go.
With all that being said, I'm going to take Marcus's advice, and we are going to wrap up here because we have finished the review. I don't think we missed anything. We talked about the main things anyway. Yeah, it was a good episode, man. Like I said, when it came to like pacing and structurally, I thought it was a bit weird in the first hour. Like there was a stretch of like 30 minutes where there was no match, but at the end of that stretch, it was like the chaotic angle and then the fucking private party match. It was like it was kind of worth the wait, you know. Like, but
yeah,
at the end of the day,
an excellent show from like 9 o'clock on.
Yeah,
exactly. So, and even like the angles that they did were pretty decent, you know. It was just like I said, just structurally, I probably would have moved a few things around so the show flowed a bit better in the first hour, you know. But overall, a good show. I like the storytelling that they did, and looking forward to see how a few different things play out, man. I really am. And yeah, as for this weekend, we're not got any. I've got no podcast planned. Joe's probably going to do something on Late Night Green, obviously, as you know. He's probably already announced it. What else we got? You got any plugs? You guys got any plugs?
I have a plug. I'm dropping a new feature on my Substack tomorrow. I'm starting a new series. It's like part 1 of series 1 of like a 3-part series, and I'm not going to explain it any more than that, but it's something that I've been working on for a couple of months now, and I'm very, very excited about it, so keep an eye out for that. It's relevant to the Bucks, I will tell you that much. The Bucks are
cash money when Chuck is writing about the Bucks, you know.
It might even be relevant to Motor City Machine Guns.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, man. Listen, there was a moment in time where the Hardys, the Machine Guns, and the Young Bucks all had tag champion belts in their respective companies. Welcome back 2016. That's all I'm saying.
I would like to forget the Hardys thing, but anyway.
That was my only plug. Check out my Substack.
Keep an eye out for Charlie's features on a Substack and stuff like that. Marcus, you got any guest spots or anything like that coming up?
Yeah, you know, I got my football podcast, The Swamp Inside Florida Athletics. Check that out at inside_swamp on Twitter. We're going to get smoked by Georgia this weekend, but we here. I moved. It is what it is.
Resilient.
We actually have another plug because I completely forgot about this until just now. Me and Marcus are going to be on Novi's show next week. There'll be a 3-man booth pre-show. So stay tuned for that because that'll be very, very good.
Big business. I'll be bullying you on that as well, Charlie. I'm just letting you know that now.
I expect nothing less.
Good.
All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the super chats. Please like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. If you're watching this on catch up, please leave us a comment. Happy Halloween.
Yes.
And we will catch
Merry Christmas. The season's starting.
And we'll catch you on when's the next podcast? Obviously, Respiratory Worldwide on Monday. Myself, Anna. Hopefully, Anna will be back. I think she will. And Ibu. So yeah, man. Again, thanks for watching. Peace.